All right. So today I don't necessarily have as much time as I did last time I was on here, but I definitely do have time. I definitely do have time, a little bit of time, not a lot. But it looks like this is Tariq coming to you live from Dubai, right? So he's supposedly in Dubai right now or with his family. It's very funny how a person who could take vacations in the middle of a pandemic to Dubai um, with his entire family is asking people who are descendants of American slaves with very little to no wealth to their name, asking them for $1 million for what I assess to be a vanity project. I've already went into detail about that janky commercial that was also highlighting a liquor store. Um, let's just cut to that part real quick early on in this. So if you go over
Greetings,
here,
family. This is Tariq Nasheed. I am your community
looking
servant.
like a middle school
We're
principal.
going to have a master teacher
Let's go
section
back.
where we talk about the teachings of John Henry Clark, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing,
Yeah, here.
Los
So
Angeles, which is the cultural epicenter of Black Los Angeles. Right here.
yeah, you probably couldn't see that liquor store that this supposed black empowerment leader, supposed person who's supposed to be pushing for reparations. You probably didn't see that liquor store that he put in his own commercial for Hidden History Museum for that. You probably didn't catch that. You probably didn't see that. So let's back it up because it's real quick. It's basically three Nipsey Hussle murals and a what you call it, a liquor store, and he's using that as an example of the cultural epicenter of Lamert Park.
The first ever Hidden History Museum right here in the Lamert Park area of Los Angeles, which is the cultural epicenter of Black Los Angeles.
There is the liquor store right there in his own Indiegogo. So he put a what looks to be, no offense to Buddha Liquor and Market, somewhere in Crenshaw or Compton. No offense to you. I don't know if you're a black-owned business or not, but I think that we could, as a people, get rid of the corner store, liquor store, or even better yet, have enough food in our communities to where liquor stores and grocery stores slash convenience stores don't exist, or basically oversized bodegas with a liquor section, don't exist within our community, right? But this is in the Hidden History Museum's commercial on Indiegogo. Just keep that in mind when you're watching this. Keep that in mind that they are advertising on literally. They have a fucking drone shot of a liquor store in their commercial, but and a couple of Nipsey Hussle murals as well to clout chase on let's just be real, a dead gang member, right? So at the end of the day, would Nipsey Hussle be a benefactor of this? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe so, maybe not. But to directly link him to your stuff as if he is automatically linked to your stuff just simply because you're plopping your shit down in Crenshaw, that doesn't actually mean anything. Especially, I would hope that would also be problematic to Nipsey Hussle himself, that murals of himself are being spliced in with the liquor store. Boy, I tell you. Anyways, going back to this individual. So he's on here talking about this stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and go through this real quick. This individual who's chilling out in Dubai, vacationing with his entire fucking family. What's up? What's up, ISIS? Yeah, so we gotta listen to what he has to say real quick because I don't have that much time. But when I saw a piece of this, I was like, you know what? Let me do this real time at the very least. So let's go.
Need the welfare system of white supremacy. White supremacy is a socialist welfare system.
Let's back up a little bit. Let's back up.
something stupid and get hurt. It's just not worth it, especially when you have like 3 amazing athletes that can step up to the plate and do it. So you know who has the gold medal? Russia.
So you see what he's doing. This is like 30 minutes of bullshit, probably clit riding on Simone Biles' story in order to prime the pump for what the hell he has to say, right? So y'all probably ain't old enough for this, but see, I'm from the backwoods. You know what I'm saying? In my home back in the day, we had an old iron pump out and back. Didn't have the electric pump. That was for them the newfangled people. That wasn't for us. We had an old iron pump, and in order for you to get that pump started, it had plenty of water in the well. But in order for you to get that pump started, you had to put a little bit of water in it first. Once you put a little bit of water in the top, I don't know, there was probably a valve or a sponge that was probably old as shit in there. But once you got that part wet, then it would actually seal the pipe, and then you can actually start pumping. And the water was cold and it was good. I'm sure it probably didn't pass any EPA standards for back in the day, but it was good for a young kid like me. But you had to put water in order to get water out. So a large amount of what Tariq does is he primes the pump for the shit he really wants to say, right? He'll get your emotions riled up for shit that's going on over here so that he can put in bullshit over there, right? So that you can see that bullshit over there as, oh yeah, that's all one and the same, when really they have shit to do with each other. But let him speak.
Russia. I have to go look at these 4'11" Russian Olympians chewing on their gold medals, smirking at the Americans. I'm not okay with that. But honestly, that's where we're headed.
We're not okay with your racism, Charlie.
We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles. Again, if you want to be, if she got all these mental health problems, don't show up. She's an incredible athlete. Of course she's an incredible athlete. I'm not saying, I just said she's probably the greatest gymnast of all time. She's also very selfish, she's immature, and she is a shame to the country. She's totally a sociopath. Of course she's a sociopath.
Okay.
Andrew says she's not a sociopath.
So this is disgusting, filthy.
It's just suspected white supremacist slash bigot slash entertainer trying to be a shock jock material. It's not even worth commenting on. Honestly, it's not even worth commenting on. I mean, anybody who takes this individual seriously, anybody who's listening to his program, anybody who's watching his show, any company that's backing those statements is clearly, in my opinion, racist. And so you're not gonna. What's the point of responding to that? I'm sure this is not the first time he's made bigoted or racist statements. So what's the point? Clearly, the company is racist. Having that company or trying to force that company to take this guy off the air doesn't mean anything. Everybody who has approved this guy's statements all the way up to the point where it's broadcast to the wider audience is, in my opinion, racist. So why are we talking about a potential racist? Why are we talking about somebody who is potentially or suspected of racist and making racist comments? Well, it serves Tariq's purpose. I would have never seen this guy had it not been for Tariq Nasheed. I would have never heard his comments if it not been for Tariq Nasheed. I mean, my comments and my responses to this guy's statements is automatic, damn near automatic. All right? I mean, I could basically take it out of the vault, put it on the table, say, hey, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you don't understand the plight of descendants of American slaves in this country. You don't understand the issues of racially induced generalized anxiety disorder and how that affects people. You don't have that because that's one of the privileges of being white in America, is that those social institutions are not directed at you to possibly create mental instability. Those are just canned responses to somebody talking about this topic. It doesn't even need to be brought up. If anything, Tariq is signal boosting this guy, right? And basically priming him for a little viewership bump from people trying to basically look at what a racist is going to say, trying to do opposition research with Charlie or Kirk or whatever his name is. It's unimportant, but it's important to him because he has to appear like he's on the right side of social issues so that he can say some janky shit later.
White supremacist suspect Charlie Kirk, who is a complete moron who hasn't achieved anything in life. He has no talent or skill to speak of. Charlie Kirk is dependent upon white supremacy to eat every day if it were not for a socialist system of white supremacy lifting this loser up. Charlie Kirk would starve to death. Charlie Kirk is the most talentless person on the planet, and talentless people like this, they need the welfare system of white supremacy. White supremacy is a socialist welfare system to elevate mediocre white supremacists who cannot compete, to elevate them to a certain level above starvation. They cannot compete, and they love projecting their own ineptness onto us. That's him projecting his white supremacist.
I'm sorry, but I didn't need you to explain it to me like you're spoon feeding a child. I mean, honestly, this is basic common sense 101. But you need to do this in order to get to your bullshit. So, could you hurry up and get to the bullshit?
Insecurities onto that sister. That's a talented sister. She is a very talented sister, and it's not her job to be the plantation mule for white supremacists who's not going to appreciate her efforts anyway. I take my hat off to that sister. I take my hat off to that sister. We need more black people to get codified like that. And now, overtly, she has to, play the game. Oh, I was just dealing with mental health issues, and yeah, that's that. She's playing the game, which is what you do. But she's on code. Yeah, if you guys are going to have this anti-black racism and this attitude towards us, we'll let Russia get this thing. I already got my medals. She already got a gang of medals. She's like, hey, what's one more? I ain't tripping on one more. Yeah, I can rack up medals every day, and y'all still act funny style towards me. So hey, why don't you let Russia get a piece of that? She knew it would chap their ass. She knew it would get under their skin. Yeah? But see, they look at us as plantation
riding
mules.
heavy.
See, they thought they had her good and buck broken. Remember, that sister was sexually violated by white people who were training her and the doctors and all that. They didn't know. It was white people who sitting up.
Pause. Why are you bringing up somebody else's sexual assault? Why are you bringing that up? Boy, this is tasteless.
Talking about that sister's hair. They tried to make it seem like it was black people. No, it was white people. Remember when they were going in on that sister's hair? It was white people doing that. They tried to make it seem like it was black people. No, it was white people doing that. White people making little slick racist remarks about that sister. And then on top of that, they're doing a little racist, slick stuff at the Olympics now. So yeah, she's like, I got y'all now. Yeah, I'm one of the best ones out here. And yeah, I'm gonna use my leverage to get on up out of here if y'all not gonna do the right thing.
Boy, he
Yeah.
clit riding for a while.
Yeah,
Jesus.
notice he didn't call the white girls who were losing weak. So they got to do little stuff like that because the white girls can't really compete. They can't get out there. Look, the white
See,
supremacists are very insecure.
see. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what, ooh, the white girls out here can't compete. See, that type of shit is overtly racist, right? That type of shit is overtly racist. And what it does is it allows white people, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about when I say that he's a tool of white supremacy. It allows white people to invalidate every fucking thing he just said before that, right? It allows them to say, well, ultimately everything that he just said was the statements of a racist because what he said after that is that white girls can't compete in gymnastics, right? So it invalidates everything. So also what it does is when you're saying the same shit, so he's just parroted everything that everybody's already thinking about the situation, basically using common sense. But if you were to say that same thing, you're basically likening yourself unto him. So even if you don't draw the same conclusion that white girls can't compete in gymnastics, right? You're now likened unto him because you now have all of these statements that you've said that are in line with what he just said, even though he just took it to the ultimate extreme of saying something stupid and reckless. See, here's the deal. He's supposed to, again, be a leader in black empowerment for an express goal of gaining reparations for descendants of American slaves, supposedly. Right? So making stupid ass statements like that doesn't allow you in the political room in order to accomplish that goal. Right? So, devoid of any actual political activism that you're actively participating in, you can make stupid ass statements like that. But whose benefit? Cui bono? Who benefits from him saying that stupid statement that just came out of his mouth? He said all this stuff about Simone Biles and then added that small little chunk on there. Who benefits? Well, the people who Charlie Kirk does, because now he has a nice little screenshot or a nice little soundbite that he could use and say, well, people who are saying this ultimately don't really like or are racist against white gymnasts. That's the reason why they're saying that. That's the reason why they're defending Simone Biles. See, you have to look at these types of shit. He throws these shits in there real fast and just moves on. And then hopes that people don't slow it down and say, what the fuck did you just say? You know what I'm saying? And more importantly, does it help us of what you just said on a large platform? Does it help us that you said that?
Because in these categories, they got to do all types of moving the goalposts. In women's categories, when the black women are competing, they got to disqualify them for all of these little arbitrary reasons. In other categories where the white girls can't really compete, they got to go put a wig on a white man and let him compete as a woman. That's racial insecurity, guys.
Wow.
That's racial insecurity. You got to put a sundress and a wig on a white man and let him compete as a white woman in order for them to beat other people, in order for them to compete. Think about the insecurity that comes behind that. Yeah? Everybody hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button.
No,
and by the way, shout out to everybody who has contributed to the campaign for the Hidden History Museum. Let's take a look at where we are,
let's take a look.
ladies and gentlemen. We're doing good still. We got 20 days to go. We're actually doing very good still.
Oh, you are?
We need to get over that 300K hump.
I wonder
Let's
why.
do that within the next couple of days, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder why. If you have 20 days left, 10 days have passed, you've only raised $250,000. I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil it for you. You've only raised $251,000 in a third of the time that you need. I guess that's the reason why you want to get over that $300,000 mark. I swear to you guys, let this motherfucker, let Tariq Nasheed get the 700. There we go. Sorry about that. That was me banging on my desk. That wasn't Steve at YouTube. That was me. But let this motherfucker get to $300,000 or $700,000 with 6 days left. Let him get to $700,000 with 6 days left. Or even worse, let him get to $500,000 with 6 days left. To where, because what he most likely, what I would expect that he's gonna do, is he's gonna have to put in the difference just to make sure that the campaign is successful, right? In order for him to be able to claim that it's successful. But the lower the amount is, that's what I suspect. But the lower the amount is means the more that he's going to have to put into that. Let me just put you down. You want to be flat? I'm going to let you be flat. How about that? Are you happy that way, Mike? But let this get this 6 days left and $600,000. Oh, he's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be heated.
Let me show y'all where we are now. In little over a week, we started the campaign just a little over a week ago. This is where we are now, ladies and gentlemen, on Indiegogo. We're at almost a quarter of the goal. We're at 245,000 right now.
And 10 or 12 hours later, they added to that because now they're at 251. So they added about $5,000 in 12 hours.
Still got 20 days left. So we still good. We're looking very, very good, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, this is a fixed goal. Remember, the campaign will only get its funds if we reach that $1 million by the deadline.
That was a dangerous protection against claims of grifting. That was a dangerous gamble of a protection from the narrative that would naturally arise from you raising $1 million for a museum when the African American History Museum in D.C., that is federally funded in perpetuity, exists. Yes. That was a dangerous click on Indiegogo that I'm fairly confident you went back and forth with, but you thought that doing that would give you an air of legitimacy. That I think if you had hindsight, I think you probably would have gone back and said, and not click that as a fixed goal. But hey,
gotta get that million, or we're not gonna get anything. So we're doing great right now, guys. We need to keep that momentum going. By the end of this evening,
you're not doing great. You're behind the bell curve, is what you are. You're behind the bell curve, which is the reason why which is why you're about to say that we need to reach $300,000 by this evening, because today is a third of the way done. You have a third of the way to go, so you have a little bit more to go, right? So you are aware that the funding is going to start tailing off at a certain point in time, and if you haven't hit the goal early, then trying to adjust to hit the goal on time or before the deadline is going to be a little bit difficult, right? Because the surge of donations is in the first part of it. Maybe you'll have a second wave on the last part of it, but usually the surge is on the first part of the campaign. So yeah, you're trying to hit that mile marker. While, mind you, you're trying to hit a mile marker of donations from descendants of American slaves who are impoverished, while on vacation in Dubai with your entire family. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
Let's get to 300K. Let's get that to that landmark.
What he really wants to say is 333,000 or 334,000 is really his mark. It's not 300K.
Let's get to that milestone. Let's try to get there by this evening. And we still got 20 days left. So we want to get to the goal early. We want to get to the goal early, but we're doing phenomenal so far. And remember, this is a grassroots effort.
Yeah.
This is a
Should it be? Should it be? Like, you're using that title, grassroots effort as if it gives some sort of legitimacy to this. You're asking for a whole bunch of wall dioramas and LCD screens. We already went through that, but let's go through it again for the people who don't really understand what the fuck is going on. I already just went over the liquor store. Let's go over that again.
Leimert Park area of Los Angeles, which is the cultural epicenter of Black Los Angeles.
There we go. The liquor store that's being highlighted as an example of the cultural elements of Leimert Park. We've already went over that. But let's go to the interior.
Right here on Crenshaw Boulevard, right here, there's an empty lot for sale, and it's in the perfect location for our Hidden History Museum. We want to acquire this lot so that...
Let's start about something else. Okay, so this is brand new commercial construction in Los Angeles, California. Let me say that again for those who understand real estate. This is brand new dirt to roof construction. Actually, he has to clear it out of all that debris to get to the dirt and do brand new commercial construction in a downtown area. This is still, Compton is still a part of the downtown area of Los Angeles. It's part of an urban environment, right? So you're talking about commercial permits. The reason why I say that is because you're talking about commercial permits for instance, concrete trucks to go on busy roads. You're talking about, you know what I'm saying, construction workers being permitted to be there, right? You're talking about noise ordinances that they would have to be in compliance with. You're talking about dust ordinances that they would have to be in compliance with while they're under construction. You're talking about so many problems that would be associated because of the fact that it's in a downtown environment where you have pedestrians, where you have, downtown urban environment, where you have pedestrians, where you have other businesses, where you have residences, right? So he's doing a dirt to roof brand new commercial construction in Los Angeles, one of the highest or most expensive real estate markets in America. It goes New York, LA, Miami, I believe, so far as cost of construction, especially in downtown, in those downtown urban cores, right? So look again at this and ask yourself, why is he creating completely new construction as opposed to buying an existing commercial structure? Why? Why? And I guarantee you, this is going to cost a hell of a lot more than even $7 million. This is going to cost a shit ton of money. This is going to cost like $20 million. A brand new commercial, this is going to end up costing a shit ton of money. And my suspicion is more than 7 million. My suspicion is more than 7 million. Just for the concrete and the materials and the trucks to bring it to the site is going to cost a shit ton of money. Right? So just keep that in mind. Like, imagine if you would say, hey, this is the building that we want to convert into the Hidden History Museum. Or this is the building that we want to convert into the Hidden History Museum. Okay, that's a little bit, cost of renovations. He's going from dirt to a roof for a commercial structure that's supposed to house people in California for congregational activities with all of their COVID restrictions and everything else, which I'm assuming is definitely going to affect their commercial permitting for such a structure. And he's trying to do that. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
In the perfect location for our Hidden History Museum. We want to acquire this lot so that we can build your community museum. There's museums that touch on Black history, but they don't get too deep into it. This will be the first grassroots owned and controlled Black History Museum in the world.
Owned and controlled. I didn't catch that the last time. Owned and controlled, but if you ask me questions about any of this shit, nigga, use a zip coon. Remember that. But it's our community organ. But if you ask any goddamn questions about how I'm operating or running this shit, use a zip coon. The fuck?
In our museum, we want to touch on a lot of things that are not touched on in other museums. There's such
Look at all
vast
the white
history
people.
of black people.
First of all, this looks like goddamn Vice City inside. This looks like a PS3 Vice City game. I actually think Vice City had better fucking graphics than this. Or no. It's Vice City. It's in between Vice City and San Andreas. San Andreas, GTA San Andreas definitely had better graphics than this. But look at all the white little. This is in the Hidden History Museum, and look at all the white mannequins that they have
not
animated.
touched on in other museums. There's such vast history of black people here in Los Angeles that we're going to touch on alone. For example, Pico, Pio Pico, who was the once governor of California. There's a street, Pico Boulevard, named after him.
And
he had black ancestry.
And who gives
Francisco Reyes, who was the first mayor of Los Angeles. He had black ancestry.
And who gives a
The grandmother of Los Angeles, Biddy Mason, who was a former slave who became the wealthiest woman in California.
And who gives
We're going to talk about a lot of this stuff in the museum. Also in the museum, we're going to have 5 basic sections. We're going to have a master teacher section.
So wall dioramas with
Caesar.
John
Henry Clark.
We already went over this, but we're gonna go over. We're gonna make sure that we highlight it every fucking time. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in here, and this is one of the mannequins that are showing up in the Hidden History goddamn museum or diorama display. Who the fuck is that? Let it play. Who the fuck is that? Who is that? A black guy? Who the fuck is that? Johann something? Reichart? Johanna Reich? Who is that? Is this some modern? Again, this looks like modern art, right? Who the fuck is it? Y'all couldn't even get the goddamn. Not to mention the fact that this is GTA Vice City / San Andreas level animation, right? With mismatching wood sections, right? But this is what you conceive of when you think of a museum? The fuck? Ain't no hating going on. It's just observation out this bitch. It's basic observation of the grift going on.
Talk about the teachings of John Henry Clark, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Amos Wilson. We're going to have another section for black inventors. We're going to talk about the black people who invented things like the modern refrigeration system, the modern toilet system, the modern home security system, and so much more. We're also going to have a section talking about black explorers. We're going to talk about people like Estevanico the Moor, who was very instrumental in discovering a lot of spaces here in the North American continent.
What's already
Speaking of Moors, we're going to talk about.
Is that also something? Because we already went through. This is already on display at the African American History Museum. The history of the African Moors specifically in the discovery of America. But is this not something that's already in the African American History Museum? And if it's already there, or are they saying that they would never do a display for this? Are they saying they would never do a display? Because this is instead of $7 million, which is what this truly is, instead of a $7 million campaign, what this really should be is a mailing campaign to the African American History Museum for them to actually start doing these types of displays, as well as the companion academic work and archaeological work on some of these things as well, right? That's a better thing to do, right? Because then instead of you having a hidden history museum where you're bringing up all this shit, you could actually say, hey, we actually want this in the African American History Museum. We actually want the institution that we have there that's being ran by the Smithsonian and financed by the Smithsonian that has financing in perpetuity, to actually highlight our history in the correct way. We want the backing, the academic backing to support these things. And guess what we want right after that? We want it to be placed in the public school system. Now, if you're waiting on the public school system, you're a little bit too late. Clearly, you should be educating your own children. Clearly. But at the same time, in order to raise the level of, or lower the level of ignorance amongst our people, it still behooves us to make sure that some of our institutions that are going to automatically serve those people who don't want to serve themselves to actually do so in a proper way, right? That has knock-on effects and better effects, and that means we're educating our populace. That means that when we come with, hey, we need reparations, that person already has a base primer of information that says that's supportive of that, right? material sort of exactly. How will it be black owned and controlled when it is a GoFundMe that anyone can donate to and become part of? Exactly. This is the other part. So y'all haters, y'all Creflo Dollar Jet donors. Look here, stupid. Look here, stupid. Look here, stupid. We already got one claim. More can be claimed. More can be claimed. Look here, stupid. You see that? Let me move it over a little bit so you can see it. You see that? That means that other people can actually buy their way into controlling this place. So I can talk all my shit I want to. You ready? I can talk all the shit I want to. I can go into my account right now, and I can go ahead and buy buy this advisory board membership right now if I wanted to. And regardless of if I talk all the shit I want to talk, I would have more say than you and your $50. Hell, I would have more say than you and your $9,999 so far as what goes on in this place. And if I don't actually have that say, I can actually sue that nonprofit in order to get and make sure that what I purchased I'm able to use. I'm gonna let that marinate while y'all talking about, oh, you're just a hater. Okay. Well, why can't white people come up in here, or racist people more specifically? Why couldn't Charlie Kirk, for instance, buy up a couple of advisory board memberships for this Hidden History Museum, and then sue the living shit out of Tariq Nasheed if he decides to put up certain things or decides to not listen to the advisory board? Right? What's stopping them? Nothing. Nothing at all. What this is just co-branding for his DVDs, in my opinion. That's what I see. But y'all, we already went through this. But this is the janky shit that you're getting.
A lot of spaces here in the North American continent. Speaking of Moors, we're going to talk about the Black Moors who conquered
there's a display
Southern Europe.
already.
The Black Moors are never talked about in museums.
There's a
This is
display
going to be the first
already
time
in
it's
the
talked about in our
African American History
museum.
Museum.
We're also going to have a section talking
Dioramas,
about Black rebel
a
leaders,
random cannon.
like the Black Seminoles, like other Black Maroons. We're also going to have a section talking about the real history of Black music, particularly the foundation of Black American history of hip-hop. I produced a lot of best-selling documentary films, including the Hidden Color series. So a lot of things that's in our documentary films are going to be featured in the museum. And speaking of the films, we're going to have a screening room upstairs in the museum where we can screen our films on a regular basis. We're also going to have large meeting rooms where we can have conferences and community events for the people. Not only will this museum be a great cultural institution,
How many stories is this planned on being? How many stories is this? So if this is one story, so 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and then the other part is like the upper part for the roof section. Is this like a 4-story building? Lord.
This museum is going to be a great tourist attraction that will help revitalize a lot of the Black businesses that are already here. But family, we need your help. We need at least $7 million to get this project completed. And we're going to start doing everything in stages. We need at least $1 million in the first phase to get the museum project off the ground.
No. You know what's missing in this? You know what should have been in this commercial? You need reparations, and this is how this museum is going to help that. He had no actual argument for how this museum is going to directly relate to your reparations or help you in that cause, and that's missing here. What is highlighted here, though, is that liquor store. I want to make sure that we re-highlight that goddamn liquor store that was flashed up in here as an example of cultural elements within Leimert Park.
Of Los Angeles, which is the cultural epicenter of Black Los Angeles.
Oh, see, it's hard for me to catch it. It's like playing a game in Las Vegas.
Which is the cultural epicenter of Black Los Angeles.
There you go. I just want to remind you that there's a liquor store in this advertisement for this Hidden History Museum. But let's go back to him. Let's go back to good old Dubai traveling.
Grassroots movement right here, and we are doing it. And it's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. So we need everybody to get involved. Yes, we should have more athletes and entertainers and all those people. We do need a lot of our brothers and sisters in the industry. We need them putting in, but we're not going to depend on that. We're not going to depend on that. Look, we could have got to that goal within the first couple of days.
Well, there you go.
But again, we're going to do it.
That pimp, that's the moment where that pimp has that head up just a little bit, like, you motherfucking hoe, bitch. You should have been out there. You should have been on the get my goddamn money, bitch. Oh, I'll slap the shit out you. We could have already had this goddamn money, but I'm gonna calm down, bitch. You can tell. That's the point. Let's go back. You can always tell how a narcissist feels because a narcissist can't really hold in their feelings, not fully. They always are gonna let that shit out, right? They always gonna let out how they feel because they always like the whole thing of like, I already told you what it was. I ain't lie. Even though a large amount of it is gaslighting, but he told you how he felt.
We could have got to that goal within the first couple of days, but again, we're gonna do it one way or the other. Okay. And what we see now at that $250,000, we're almost at $250,000 right now. That's because of you, brothers and sisters on the.
No, that's because of very stupid motherfuckers who have it to give, and a large amount of people ain't got it to give. I got it to invest. I ain't got it to give. Ain't nobody got it to give, especially when you're talking about descendants of American slaves. You know what that speaks to? Knowing your fucking audience on a basic entertainment level. Knowing your audience. You just did some basic building fund calculation. Well, I see we got 5,000 people up in here. We got like 8, 9, 10,000 people up in here. If all these motherfuckers give me $100, man, I could do something with that. If I could get $100 for each one of these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I got 50,000 views on this motherfucking video right now. If all 50,000 of these motherfuckers, this is the type of stupid calculations that motherfuckers do when they think of you as an ignorant, stupid motherfucker, and they honestly believe that your money, I wonder why I did the video I did, when they actually believe that your money is better served in their pockets, right? That you're the wicked and you shouldn't have that money, but give it to me, you dumb nigga, and I could do something better with it, right?
Grassroots. I want us to understand we can get stuff done on a grassroots level without, certain people. Now it would help, but we can get stuff done.
Coming to you live from Dubai.
We can get stuff popping. Not only do we get it popping, we're getting it popping, and there's opposition. We're getting this thing popping, and there is opposition to what we're trying to do.
Oh, okay. From who?
Not only from the dominant society, but also from the Sambo sector in our society. I'll get on that in a minute.
Clutch my pearls. Are you trying to call me a Sambo because I did a video that exposed you within a minute and 30 seconds? I'm sorry. I'm not a Sambo, sir.
I get on that in a minute. Yeah? I get on that in a minute.
Okay.
But again, I got a shout out to all the B1 family, the 300.
Yeah, y'all all run together.
What's up? My sister, my girl Pinky is in here. Shout out to my sister, my girl Pinky is in here.
Okay, who the hell is that? Who cares?
But we got it looking good right now. We're gonna get this thing done. Yeah, a lot of rappers go out here and pay $100K for jewelry. Yeah, they pay $50,000 for the strip joints or whatever.
You pocket watching everybody's shit. That ain't none of your goddamn business what somebody does with their money. See, this is what I'm talking about. Somebody else's money is somebody else's money. If I want to go spend $26,000, $30,000, $40,000 on some shit, that has nothing to do with you, my friend. That has nothing to do with you. If somebody else wants to go take their money and spend it however the fuck they want to spend it, that has nothing to do with you, my friend. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. Okay? But you pocket watching somebody else because you're like, man, again, you're just looking at other people as if there's something to be used, right? Oh man, I see that motherfucker, he got all that money, he could have given me some money. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving out here talking all this shit about this and the third. He could have given me some money. This person over there could, they talking all that shit. They could have given me some money. Nobody has to give you no goddamn money. They can have their money in their goddamn pocket and keep it folded in their goddamn pocket. They don't have to give you shit. Especially when you sitting up here pantomiming and calling anybody who wants to see the bylaws associated with your fucking nonprofit to see how this museum is going to be run. You're calling them zip coons. They definitely don't have to give you no goddamn money after that. They don't have to, and I would actually suggest that they don't. Me personally, I would suggest that they don't give you any fucking money. What the fuck are you talking about? You pocket watching heavy. This nigga get nervous. He like, oh shit, man, it's 20 days. I ain't passed 300,000. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this going. They probably gonna dull off in the next like 10 days. It's probably gonna stall out around about 400,000, 500,000. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I got all these motherfucking people that I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm blue check Twitter. I got all these people that I know. They should be coming through with this money. They ain't coming through at all. But you just got finished talking shit about a theoretical person with $100,000 who wants to ask you basic questions. He's a zit coon in your own words. Now you're pocket watching somebody. Man, get the. Let's hear that again.
We got it looking good right now. We're gonna get this thing done. Yeah, a lot of rappers go out here and pay $100K for jewelry. Yeah, they pay $50,000 for the strip joints or whatever. But hey, we do need them brothers and sisters to put in and
Tariq,
to tap in.
You can always
with
bust it open for them if you really jealous of the money they give to strippers. You could always go bust it open for them and see if they give you some money.
And we're gonna get this thing done one way or the other. We're gonna get it done.
Okay, it's probably gonna be.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll talk about Facebook in a minute. There's some other stuff I wanna get popping.
Yeah, let's get popping.
I want to talk about this situation with the rapper DaBaby.
What the fuck? Okay, so we gonna get there. So you go from Simone Biles to your Hidden History Museum to now we talking about DaBaby. Oh, it must be something. It must be something extremely important to Black society if we're talking about DaBaby. For all who don't know who DaBaby is, this is DaBaby. This is DaBaby. He must be extremely important. He must be extremely important to the Black empowerment movement for us to pause what the fuck we're doing to actually have a conversation about him. So let's hear what the exciting.
Now, as you know, the rapper DaBaby, he's being attacked heavy by the white supremacists and their plantation minions. The rapper DaBaby was at the Rolling Loud concert down in Miami.
Okay.
And he said something to the effect of, he was doing a kind of a call and response thing that's kind of typical in hip hop.
Like you're making excuses.
He was like, hey, anybody with AIDS, if you ain't got AIDS, you ain't got no sexual diseases, y'all make some noise. Now, y'all know that's been something that's a chant that's been going on since the 80s.
No, nigga, nah. You're normalizing this type of behavior. I thought we were talking about on-code behavior and shit like that. You're trying to normalize this type of behavior, right? There's other narratives that you can go down of the purpose of HIV and AIDS, the purpose of a large amount of sexually transmitted diseases, why and how that's prevalent in our community and what contributing factors are there to that. But what you are doing is justifying this motherfucker saying some janky, reckless shit at a concert and having consequences for it. Okay, what the fuck does that have to do with Black empowerment?
Everybody with AIDS, be quiet. Everybody with gonorrhea, be quiet. And everybody starts yelling. That's kind of
sounds like some nosy.
That's a hip hop chant. And that's been going on since the 80s.
No. That sounds like some stupid shit. That even if it was going on since the 80s, it sounds like some stupid shit that somebody shouldn't be doing. That's what it sounds like to me.
So he also said, yo, all the ladies in here, if your JJ smells like water, make some noise.
Sounds
Dudes,
like some stupid shit.
If you're in the parking lot sucking,
sounds like some stupid shit.
Then all of a sudden, he's just doing regular hip hop chants or whatever. So now the white media.
Pause. He's not doing some hip hop chants. He's doing some stupid shit. Don't say hip hop chants and try to cover and blanket with our culture, whether we want to accept that culture or not, or whether we want to chuck that fucking culture out a goddamn window or redo it entirely so that we aren't breeding for future slaves of the state. Doesn't matter whether we whether we want to be a part of hip hop culture or not. If we're descendants of American slaves, we are forcibly placed in that culture, whether we like it or not. But don't try to say, oh, it's just some hip hop chants. No, it's some stupid shit he said at a concert.
Corporate buck breakers, they tried to say that was homophobic. So now, now they're going on this extra crusade to persecute him for being homophobic. Nothing the baby said was homophobic. The baby didn't say anything homophobic. He didn't say anything about the gay community. He didn't say anything about the LGBT community. He didn't say anything homophobic. I want y'all to understand this. He didn't say anything homophobic, but they've made a real big movement out of labeling him homophobic.
Nigga Tariq, why is this your business? Did the baby send you a check? Did the baby pay? Did the baby fly you or flew you and your family out to Dubai, and in exchange for that, you're doing this type of commentary for him? Why the fuck is his name or this topic in your fucking mouth right now? Why did you think that it was appropriate to transition? I guess it's the same dumbass mindset that has a liquor store in your commercial for a history museum, which is disrespectful as shit. I'm gonna be straight up with you. It's disrespectful as shit. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say something very, very clear. You know what I'm saying? This whole consciousness when it comes down to Nipsey Hussle, yeah, okay, cool, yeah. But the fact that he was a part of any sort of gang affiliation crippled his sort of consciousness, you know what I'm saying, clip on him. Yeah, I know he was doing the Dr. Sebi documentary and that was a part of it and stuff like that, but I can't really co-sign anybody who's a part of that. Nah, especially in this current iteration. Nah. If you're associated with the gang of nah. So these reckless associations with black empowerment and black improvement and black furtherance and reparations, these weird associations where people get thrown in to, I don't know this individual. I don't know shit about this guy. Who gives a damn about what the hell he's going through? He's probably a well-paid corporate rapper. Why do I care about him? And why, or more importantly, why are you acting like you're his personal PR firm? Why are you acting like that? The fuck?
Family, I want y'all to understand corporate buck breaking. Yeah, they made him apologize, and he's still trying to stand strong.
Who cares?
But I hope he understands. Apologizing, that ain't what it is.
Who cares?
They are just going to use him as a proxy. When they do little moves like this all of us. Where they try to corporate bully and then corporately buck break this man.
Once you start with that,
the
I don't want to
baby
hear anything
did
about the
not
corporate
say
struggles of black people in corporate
anything
America.
which is typical of white supremacy.
Next.
When they use the "I'm white and I say,"
Next.
they've always made false claims against black people.
Don't try to link the two together as if we have anything in common about what the baby is going through. Next.
Slander in there to me because they were asking me stuff about Bill Cosby.
Oh,
So
back
it might be
up.
And I want to see how this is going to go.
Oh, wait.
I think the article comes out against
article.
black people. I did an interview with the LA Times.
Oh, I told you. See, I'm a black empowerment leader who's doing all this stuff in the background, and I'm not for corporate America. So wait a minute. So you're not doing anything. You're not being a tool of white supremacy at all. But all these tools of white supremacy just keep on keeping your name out there and keep on keeping you famous. So now you're just trying to casually drop that you had an interview with the LA Times. Okay. Blue check Twitter, monetize YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Constantly getting interviewed by the LA Times, but yet You're talking something that's against white supremacy. Get the fuck out of here.
I think the article comes out tomorrow, and I want to see how this is going to go because it might be some slander in there to me because they were asking me stuff about Bill
It wouldn't
Cosby.
be slander; it would be libel.
So
And if
I
it's
want
libel,
to see how
you can
that
sue
LA
for it.
Times
So shut
article
up.
goes. I can smell a twist, but I'm used to it. I'm used to people, trying to slander me. I'm like, whatever.
Again, it wouldn't be slander;
I
it
stand
would be
on
libel.
truth.
Or
But
libel.
part of white supremacist culture, and I talked to the reporter about this because we're talking about Bill Cosby, and I was talking about how there were
See how
false
you-
accusations against Bill Cosby.
Who cares?
And she was just so
What's
shocked.
going on
Oh
to
my
so many
God.
people?
Really? Yes, really. I believe many of the accusations against Cosby
I
was
don't
false.
give a damn
This-
about
the baby thing.
You mean the guy who was talking shit about black people? You mean Bill Cosby, that motherfucker? I don't give a fuck about Bill Cosby. Whether he's doing good or he's doing bad, who gives a fuck? What I do know, shouts out to ISIS, is that they're trying to use the fact that he's out from prison to get Ghislaine Maxwell out of fucking prison. You know, the other person, the madam, the pimp to what's his name? What's that guy's name? Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the largest exposed sex trafficking or sex trafficker in U.S. history or in global history, actually. Yeah, they're trying to use the Bill Cosby logic in order to get her out of jail. So I could get, again, whether he's out or I don't give a fuck about big Bill Cosby. He lost my fucks to give when he started talking shit about black people.
They literally lied on this man and
Who
said,
cares?
see, this is where getting on code comes in.
Okay.
They used to do that all during Jim Crow. They would make false accusations against black people because
Don't
that's
try
the
to
way for the
link
white-
our history to somebody else's current situation. Our history is something that they're using against the masses of people. We don't need to focal it or do a focus on it for a celebrity to justify their situation. This is a massive operation. So fuck out of here. I'm getting
white
pissed
supremacists
off.
punish a black person based on the lie. To them is the ultimate
Nigga,
black
fuck outta
person. And then control the lives.
Nigga,
of
fuck
the
outta
city.
here.
We need another white person to co-sign us.
Nigga, that's meritorious manumission,
understand?
but you ain't
Before
explaining
they
that to
get
these people.
punished.
So fuck out of here.
We ain't going through the white people no more. It's like we gonna handle this.
Fuck out of here.
You see, that's why pull up summer. That's why
Oh,
pull up
so
summer.
lawlessness. So again, we're talking about your stupid ass idea of lawlessness. I told you that Tariq Nasheed is the type of motherfucker. See, I'm getting pissed off. He's the type of motherfucker that corrals reckless niggas together and keeps them in a shoebox. That's what his job is. His job is to keep niggas that would normally be reckless, that if you tame them down and put them in an actual movement, they could just be the fervent elements within that movement, right? What he does is corral those niggas over to the side and keeps them over there. Pull Up Summer, let's just talk about Pull Up Summer. Pull Up Summer is a fucking failure. It's a failure. It's a failure of law. If I die tomorrow and I gotta depend on justice for my life being taken from me, right? On motherfuckers rolling up on the person who did it personally after being provided their address, I fucking lost. I already fucking lost. That means that the justice system requires vigilantism. Vigilantism that can be countered militarily, mind you, and has a history of being countered with military force. If you're trying to promote Pull Up Summer under some stupid little hashtag, you're promoting the furtherance of the dysfunction that allows for such a thing to be needed. You dumb fuck. Who cares about Pull Up Summer? Pull Up Summer is a failure. If you gotta run up on a motherfucker's house, if you gotta run up on a white supremacist house, you lost. That means all you should have to do in a situation like that is not do anything. You should have AGs and laws in effect to prosecute AGs who don't actually do their job against hate crimes. That should be a mail-in campaign. That should be a phone-in campaign. It shouldn't be somebody pulling up ready to physically assault somebody directly. Because that can be countered with military force. And if Pull Up Summer ever does result in somebody's death, right? That's exactly what's going to happen on the next time somebody tries to pull up. There's going to be a wave of cops there, a wave of Rittenhouses, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, who are ready there standing to shoot somebody in the fucking face. And now with anti-riot laws in effect, the ability to do so. That's what he's not telling you. Like, for instance, if you were to do this Pull Up Summer shit in Florida, DeSantis has an anti-riot bill that allows people to shoot you and run you over with a fucking car. Oh, is he telling you that? But no, he's just trying to ride the wave of a pull-up summer because he don't give a fuck about you. Because if you die, that's another mouth, that's another name in his fucking mouth that he could say as a part of his fundraising of basically talking about cultural shit and topical shit that happens, while his fucking family is chilling out in Dubai. Fuck out of here.
Kind of shakes them up a little bit when it's pull-up summer. They
Fuck out of here.
Part of their culture is lying on black people. Now, back
That's
in the
normal.
day when
Fuck out of here.
back in the day when they lied on black people, other black people in the community, we got on code with each other to try to at least protect the families of the black people who were being lied on. We
when
never
did that happen?
co-signed the white supremacists.
When did that happen?
What we have now,
When did it happen?
we have Coons and Sambos co-signing the white supremacists.
Oh, co-signing who?
So when these white supremacists are attacking black people, you got certain pockets of Negroes who sit here and big up the white supremacists and co-sign them. And that's a major difference that we didn't have back during Jim Crow.
No, name some shit, dude. Names, drop
You
names.
dig? We have to understand lying on black people is a part of white supremacist culture.
Nigga, get to a point.
Now, who are the Negroes that we see
Yeah, get to the point.
today
Get to a point.
co-signing
Get
the
to a
white
point.
supremacists when they lie?
Get to the point.
Well, you have three types.
Oh, okay, types.
You have three types of Negroes who do the co-signing.
Oh, okay, types. Go ahead.
And we see this.
Go ahead, hurry up.
For example, with the whole situation with the rap of the baby.
Okay, fuck
even
that.
even with
No, fuck
for, during the Bill Cosby situation,
No, fuck that.
white supremacists who were orchestrating this Cosby thing,
No, fuck that.
people who work within white liberal establishments.
Okay.
That's number one. The Mark Lamoiste Hills, and,
Who
Mark
cares what the
had
hashtag
black
means?
people who work for liberal white corporate entities,
Okay.
record labels, who work for these record companies or these
Okay.
need a job. That's number one. And that's a small handful, but it's a significant one because they'll push those Negroes, white people, against another black person.
Huh?
You understand? They got to side with white people against another black person.
Whatever.
Two, you have the immigrant coons.
Okay.
Whenever celebrity
We're not going
or
on
flags, only if that black person is a foundational black American.
We're not going
to the Breakfast Club. I don't know what their opinion of it is, so I haven't said something against the baby, which was which is actually very good. Questlove has about this soul festival that was in New York.
I ain't got time
I would
today.
wish
Get to
our
a
brother
point,
was a
nigga.
little more on code. And I say that to our brother Questlove. Questlove, no,
Fuck
he
out of
has
here.
addressed him.
Dropping names.
To brothers like Questlove and all these
Fuck
chill
outta
on
here.
that. A lot of people within the industry, they think they're gonna get some brownie points from their white benefactors.
Nigga, this
See,
is normal
the baby
shit.
broken.
This is
It's
one-on-one
not butt
shit.
broken yet.
Well, I'm sorry. This is one-on-one shit. This is 1,000 level course shit. Get the fuck out of here. Get to the point. Get it to the point. We know we know about cooning. We know about people sucking up to white people. That is one of the easiest ways to get on. Actually, that's one of the best ways to get on. So how the fuck are you on, Tariq? How the fuck are you on, Tariq? That's the real question. Cause scamming black people and kissing white ass is the easiest way for a black man in America to get paid. So how the fuck are you so well paid, Tariq? Tariq, I want a donation. Get the fuck out. I don't have time today. I had time last night. I don't have time today. You better get to a point, nigga.
Kind of fighting it. The buck broken people are the ones who's sitting up here co-signing the white supremacists against that dude.
Nigga, you using your own
We got to
term.
be on code about that, especially if you are a foundational black American. Now, I understand a lot of these foreign tethers who already have vitriol towards us. They can't wait to throw us under the bus.
No,
Why?
no. Get to the point,
Because
nigga.
a black American, a foundational black American being attacked
Stop
by white
trying to
people,
hashtag
they
your
celebrate
little
that because
name.
that's a Negro who's getting pulled out of the way so that they can come in.
Yeah, fuck
The
it, fuck it,
foreign
fuck it,
class,
fuck
for
it,
example,
fuck
we
it,
got a lot of brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, from Africa going, we
Fuck out
guys
here. It's normal
from the
shit.
diaspora.
It's basic shit.
We want to talk about the Garveys and the Stokevers
Get the fuck out of here.
think that they are some type of different ethnic group outside
Get the fuck out.
who's
outta
discriminating
here.
against you. Yeah,
Get to a point.
that's where the buck breaking has come in. See,
Fuck yo hashtag trying to subliminal. I'm gonna skip a shit ton of your shit.
say
Get to
something
a
about.
point.
Hold on. So the white media, boy, they're just really loving this. See, this is how they get on code against us.
Oh Lord.
And you off-code
Better not say no
Negroes are
basic shit.
off-code.
Better not say no
See, this
basic
is
shit.
Elton John right here.
Better not.
Elton John schools debated.
fuck
gonna
out of
play
here
in
with that basic
the
shit.
apartheid regime of South Africa. Elton John was playing Sun City.
Who cares? I don't care about entertainers. I don't care about that. You're just trying to run PR, trying to be a private PR firm for the baby.
Madonna
can
man,
move on.
Dude. Madonna got a bunch of buck broken kids.
Nigga, I don't care about them fucking Madonna. Where's the point about reparation? I'm gonna skip a chunk of your shit. Get to a point.
He ain't shit. Y'all better. That's y'all niggas. Let's be real.
Back up. I see
LGBT dudes. Y'all just want attention. This is an opportunity. Some of y'all are so off code. It's damn ridiculous. Y'all hate black society.
Pause. Let's just handle this in one sentence. Ready? Here you go. Black LGBTQ members. Here's the deal. You're black first. You're not LGBTQ. You're black first. You have a completely separate narrative than other LGBTQ people in your history as a descendant of American slave. You can either choose to advocate for descendants of American slaves, or you can choose to advocate for LGBTQ community members. However, still remember that as a member of LGBTQ, whatever group that you are still under a dynamic of white supremacy. You still are being used. Ideally, you would not allow your narrative as a descendant of American slaves that is independent of your sexuality to be used by people within that group in order to further their goals. But if you do, that's you. We're going to consider you either a part of this community first or a part of your own community second. There you go. Boom. Move on.
Y'all out here trying to get brownie points from these white people. Y'all scared out of here, and you be the do boys for the white LGBT community.
And who cares? You're just trying to bait. Just move on.
They're on code with each other.
It's still the LGBT.
See, that's why they want to buck break you. They understand when they buck break a
move. Let's go.
Let's be very clear.
Come on.
So this is them getting on code against us, and silly, cowardly Negroes should never co-sign
Get
that.
to a point. This is basic shit.
And all of these organizations, they're on code with each other. The GLAD organization, they done came out. Remember, GLAD.
I ain't got time for this. Who cares? I've already said it in one sentence.
Up and put together a music video where there were black men twerking in prison, butt naked, and the black men were violating each other in prison. That was one of the most racist music videos that we have seen. And they hide their racism behind gay black men. And they love to put the Lil Nas X's out here to gaslight people. So if we call out the racism behind the record label and Lil Nas X facilitating that, well, they use him to say, okay, we're just being homophobic towards him. That's why Lil Nas X has been hopping on social media talking.
Here's the narrative he won't say. You ready? There's nothing non-synergistic about Lil Nas X glorifying homosexuality and sodomy that happens in prison, and the music industry that put it out. Because there are dual investors in both the music industry, specifically rap music. There are dual investors, people who invest in the music industry and prison industrial complexes. So you have people who actually invest in the music that puts people in prison, basically. So why is he defending somebody who is a cog in that fucking wheel? I'm sorry, but the baby doesn't look like he's putting out Christian rap. The baby doesn't look like he's rapping about, hey, you know what? We should get together and we should form strong families, and nobody should actually get a divorce, and we should stick together for the kids and get any sort of psychological help that we need in order to raise strong black families, in order to break the cycle of single parent households. It doesn't seem like those lyrics are possibly in his songs. So if anything else is in his songs, the question is, like, okay, here's a better question with that history in mind, Mr. Historian. The history of the connection between the rap industry and the prison industrial complex. With the amount of money he's made, he's almost like he's not a rapper. It's almost like he is an inverse Bales bondsman. It's almost like he gets paid a proportion of the money he generates by putting out music that puts people in jail, right? It seems like he would be able to get paid the same amount of money that he's gotten paid if his music can be directly linked to people going to jail, and he getting a percentage of the amount of revenue that generates for the state and local police departments for having to house those individuals, and the prisons that have to house those individuals. He would get the same, if not more, money based off of that than he does off of his raps. So if that's the case, why the fuck are you defending him? Fuck out of here.
Talking about how people don't like him because he's gay. That's his job, to be the crash dummy for this on So Multi Raps one hits. Russian went gold and platinum. The record labels are infamous for having bot machines over there in Russia where they can boost people's streams to make it seem like they got more record sales than they do. Concert. Because Lil Nas X does not have a real organic other record label to act as a fan base on. I pointed this out many times. You don't see money to see Lil Nas X out being featured on a festival something. Who ain't had records out in years. They tried to say that's a bunch of BS and attack black society.
Get to
presents debate. For all Lil Nas X, a tool badger us and put out these crazy racist ass images. And if we criticize that, they'll just say we're homophobic against him. That's Hit Wonder rapper. And we don't like the fact that you have to rely on gimmicks. Everything you put out is a gimmick because you don't have no talent.
That don't get me reparations. Get to a motherfucking
He 1 point videos with
nigga.
You know, we knew what Luther's Get Down was.
Oh.
Frank Ocean. We like Frank Ocean. You come in gaslighting, just like that wild
nigga
that is supposed to represent black culture. We have a problem with a lot of it. Yeah.
So
yeah, dude. Okay, yeah, we get it. You like dudes. Now make a record that's good, dude. It's good.
About music?
No, I'm about to gimmick, dude. You're doing gimmick stuff. What they'll do. Children are going to be pussy, which we ain't with.
Get to a point. Get to
See,
a point. Get to
it's
a
the buck
point.
breaking. There's a lot of people kind of pushing back. You do have some people pushing back against the buck breaking.
Nigga, you just trying
you
to
do have people pushing back, and
Every
that's
single
good.
time he's saying buck breaking, he's trying to low key psychologically have you think about.
But
his
all of these
so
Elton Johns and Madonnas, and they need to stop. Because we got to understand how these people are on code against us, and especially if you're an FBA. You really should know better. Sometimes
FBA?
just keep your mouth shut. Don't sit here co-signing these people.
I'm gonna say it again. His job is to sequester black people over into a corner, give them a hashtag so they're readily identifiable, and try to monetize them as much as possible, both internally and externally. Right? Internally, when he's doing his own little fundraising efforts and he's trying to sell them flags and sell them t-shirts and sell them this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying, associated with their identity that he's provided them. But also, you know what I'm saying, largely, he's trying to make sure that all those elements of people are pocketed over to the side and fed information that's going to be destructive. Like, hey, pull up summer is a good thing, bitch. It's a good thing. Okay. Frightening a white person who may have a semi-automatic weapon in their home who could spray out the goddamn window, and they could do that in Florida, mind you, out of fear for their life. No, that's reckless shit. That's trying to basically put people in danger. Now, when that shit happens, he's not gonna be there. Let me put it in perspective. Tariq Nasheed ain't pulling up on nobody. Tariq Nasheed ain't pulling up with nobody. He's talking about pull up summer. Okay, the next pull up summer, Tariq, go fly there and pull up with them. Oh no, you ain't gonna do that? Oh no, that motherfucker may have a gun and shoot me the fuck up. I ain't got time for that. Oh. Okay, so you ain't gonna do that shit, but you telling everybody else to do that shit. You telling other foundational black Americans, quote unquote, to do that same shit, that same reckless shit. Fuck you.
When they are getting on code against us. And a perfect example of them getting on code against us, down in Crenshaw, where we're trying to get our museum.
Oh, fuck your museum.
And by the way, hit that link for the Hidden History Museum. Everybody hit that link.
Hit the link for the Hidden History
Museum. The Hidden History Museum link right below.
There's a Hidden History
Out there
Museum.
on Crenshaw Boulevard. You know, they've been trying to buy the Crenshaw Mall. There was a black organization
There's a Hidden
that
History
was clicked
Museum
in with
right
some
there,
liberals
guys.
and all this stuff, but they were trying to purchase the Crenshaw Mall. It was a South LA community group, downtown Crenshaw. So they got with some other people and they got some money to buy the Crenshaw Mall. They put the bid in. Let me show y'all this.
You mean to tell me as opposed to?
Let me show y'all.
Wait. You mean to tell me as opposed to building from scratch a large multi-story commercial structure in an urban area of a busy urban neighborhood, they decided to buy an existing an existing structure, or tried to buy? Okay, let's go.
This South LA Community Group, this story came out this week, loses bid to acquire Crenshaw Mall despite offering the most money. Now, family, people out here in LA, well, I'm saying here, but back home in LA, they're trying to save the Crenshaw Mall, okay? So there was a black organization working with some corporate people, and they got some money, $150 million, and put in a bid to buy the Crenshaw Mall.
So
another development group, a white-run development group, actually had the offer given to them, and they offered less money. So the black connected group offered more money and still got.
Okay, so of the black people who were there, how much money did they put in? Or were they just the face of a white company? Are you again trying to promote tokenism? If you don't have the details to share about the deal, nor do you have the details as to whether or not them selecting somebody who offered less money is a violation of the original deal, if you don't have any of that information, why the fuck are you speaking about this?
Turned down to buy the Crenshaw Mall. This is them being on code. I want y'all to understand how them being on code. This is what on code means.
Was it illegal?
Because sometimes with them, it ain't even about money.
Nigga,
it's about control.
No, it's not.
I want y'all to understand how this thing works. And I want y'all to see how deep this thing is.
Who cares?
These folks.
Who cares?
We're trying to get the mall.
Or they just trying to have a.
Now, who is this organization who got the bid?
Who's the organization that put in
the bid?
Let's talk about that.
Let me read some part of the story here because I want to go slow with this thing. This is kind of heavy here.
Nigga, this better be.
What's the name of this? The Harridge Group. What's it called? The Harridge Development Group. Okay. It's an organization called the Harridge Development Group.
Skip button, work ready for your ass.
Okay.
Nigga.
And I want y'all to look at this link right here. Hold on. Harridge won the bid with financial backing from Russian-American billionaire oil tycoon Leonard Blavatnik. Blavatnik. Okay, Leonard Blavatnik. Hold on to that name right there.
Who cares?
So, the Crenshaw Mall, and from what I understand, a lot of other areas around Crenshaw.
Pause, nigga. Were they going to, what was a black, quote unquote, fronted group, were they going to turn the mall into something that was going to be beneficial to the black people within that community? Or were they just going to own the mall and gain profits from its appreciation and still keep majority white business owners in place while gaining some sort of profit? What were they going to do? Were they going to do anything that was directly beneficial to the black people within that community? If not, I don't give a flying fuck that they lost out on a business deal. What the fuck is that going to do for me? What the fuck is that going to do for the people in that community? How did we lose out? You talk about some boule shit because you're now trying to scramble in the background to see whether or not you should buy an existing structure, and you're worried about whether or not it's going to fall through. So you're trying to throw signals out there that you could push this out. Who cares? Who cares?
This particular guy right here is trying to. My stream is looking funny. Hold on.
It ain't looking funny, nigga.
The stream kind of went off.
Nah, it ain't looking funny, nigga.
Lynn
Shut your ass up.
Hold on to that name for a second.
Monetized channel having ass.
Hold on to that name. This Russian guy, who's actually, this Lynn Blavatnik is one of the wealthiest men in Europe. He's a very wealthy man in Europe.
Who cares?
Okay. And they were talking about this guy on some of the local radio stations in Europe. Listen.
Who cares?
I mean, not, what am I saying? Huh? They were talking about him on the local radio stations in Los Angeles. They were talking about him on the local radio stations in Los Angeles, talking about this guy and his connections.
Who cares?
Yeah, some people are saying that this, and let me be real careful with my words. Some people were saying that this guy was clicked in with the Russian mafia.
So you're a dry snitch.
Allegedly. I'm just reporting what's being said.
Who cares?
Listen, and on the Downtown Crenshaw website or Twitter page, but they got a lot of receipts on this guy. Hold on, because this is kind of heavy.
Why do I care?
Exposing Len Blavatnik,
Why do I care?
the racist, corrupt, Soviet-born oligarch put on Putin's list trying to gentrify black LA. So this guy...
Other than trying to rile up my emotions and hatred for a person who I don't know, you know what I'm saying? What is exposing him going to help me get reparations? Is exposing him going to get me reparations? Or are you just trying to rile up my emotions so you can insert some fuck shit when my emotions are high? Let's see.
There's a thing with this guy and the Russians trying to gentrify black Los Angeles.
Oh.
Okay, they're talking about this dude's wealth and some of the questionable transactions he's made to get his wealth and how he's clicked in with Putin. So this guy's been involved in shady deals. Some people have said this guy was connected to the Russian mafia. I'm just reading the news. Allegedly. So this guy is clicked in with the Clintons and Trump, and he's a real clicked in dude. Another thing about this guy, okay, so this is a clicked in dude. Okay, this is a clicked in guy.
What's your point, nigga? What's your point?
Listen.
Yeah, I am. What's your point?
They really want to get that area down there in L.A. Some people are saying this guy's tied in with the Russian mafia. Now, I want y'all to understand. That Russian mafia thing, they're really clicked in with the police, especially in Los Angeles. I want y'all to follow me. I'm just kind of putting some strings together. A lot of those Russian mafia types are clicked in with LAPD. Y'all remember the movie Training Day?
Oh, yeah, I know that movie.
You know, Denzel's character, Alonzo.
Yeah.
He's a part of LAPD, and he had some things. He had some kind of shady deal or something going on with him and the Russians.
Oh, for real?
And he had to pay the Russians off.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. I want y'all to follow me.
Okay, I'm following.
Let me connect some of these dots here
to
show y'all how serious this thing is.
All right, thank you.
The Russians, especially that Russian mafia, they really clicked in with
the same ones from Training Day. All right.
Stuff that goes on with police.
You
understand? Bobby Hemmett was telling us this back in the day, how the Russians and law enforcement are real clicked in.
Yeah. You making sense, bro. You making sense, bro.
Remember with Bill Cosby when his son got killed?
Going way back
it was
to
the
Bill
Russians
Cosby.
behind that. They arrested the guy who got arrested was a Russian dude.
Back up.
Russians behind that.
I was talking. Hold on.
Remember with Bill Cosby when his son got killed?
Oh,
it was the Russians behind that. They arrested the guy who got arrested was a Russian dude who was a Russian white supremacist who was clicked in with that whole mafia thing.
Russian white supremacist, you say? Oh, okay.
So that's the thing. This is not a conspiracy. This is a thing. I'm just laying out some facts here, but I'm being very careful with my words.
I'm sure you're going to get to this Hidden History Museum too, right?
Now listen. So you got this Russian dude.
I'm listening.
People are saying mafia connected, trying to gentrify.
I got that part.
Black Los Angeles.
Black Los Angeles. Oh, okay.
All up and down Crenshaw, which we know is going to be prime real estate. We know that it's going to be prime real estate. We've been telling you this. This is why we're trying to get the land there.
It's almost like what the fuck I just said earlier, that he knew that potential commercial real estate in gentrified Crenshaw or Compton is going to be very, very valuable in the future. And that appreciation would all be controlled by that nonprofit organization that owns the structure. If not, there's probably going to be a real estate investment vehicle that's going to own the structure really, and the nonprofit is going to own it. Control it. But who knows how that's going to be structured. But at the end of the day, yeah, it seems like you would benefit from some of that gentrification. It would seem like even if he's a Russian mafioso and a Russian racist mafioso, it seems like right after you get the permits for the building and right after you get all the certifications of occupancy and everything else that you need in order for that structure to run, you would be rah-rah bull bullhorn pushing for that racist Russian that you claim is clicked up with the mafia to gentrify all of that area because it would actually increase the value of the commercial structure you just built. So, but you're trying to do it on the flip side. You really think people are dumb, don't you? You're trying to do it on the front side of it. Oh, well, see here, I couldn't get you niggas. I'm gonna be honest. It's day 10. I don't have $333,000 in my account yet. So I'm gonna be honest. I ain't get you niggas with the straight up okey doke of giving me $1 million or more specifically 5,000 of y'all coming to the front of the altar and giving me $200. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. I understand. But listen. There's like a Russian mafioso guy, right? And he's all racist and all this other bullshit. And see, I'm gonna show you that he's racist by going to this Twitter site, right? And I'm gonna show you some quick little images that maybe you have to go back to and research yourself. But I know you guys are dumb, so you're gonna go off of what I say. And so what I'm gonna tell you is that he's racist and he was trying to gentrify that same area that I'm trying to get the museum at. So you know what? Really, it would be a victory for us all. If I and my nonprofit were to own a commercial structure next to Buddha Liquor and Market, the cultural epicenter of Crenshaw, Leimert Park, next to this Buddha Liquor and Market. It would be so nice if we could own a commercial structure, and then we would fight the gentrification, even though that gentrification would probably double the value of our commercial structure. We will eventually fight that gentrification that's gonna happen through something like reparations. Nah. Just by our presence. Fuck out of here.
We know that Nipsey, and y'all know how I feel about what happened to Nipsey. I've always said from day one, and I never faltered from this. I've always said that I think the LAPD had something to do with that. I've said that day one. I've always said that. That is not a coincidence that our brother got taken out like that. See, we better stop thinking everything is a conspiracy. Sometimes you better believe some conspiracies are real, but some conspiracies have some merit to it. I'm gonna be very careful with what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me be very careful with what I'm saying.
The Russian mafia killed Nipsey.
Let me take it slow.
Yeah, dry snitch.
Let me take it slow. See, this is why we don't be scared. We walk right into it. We got to get into it.
Then walk right into it. Then say what you just implied directly. Stop playing.
Hold on. Let me bring some things home here.
Yeah, bring it home.
Let me bring some things home here.
Yeah, because you got a couple of hours to hit $300,000.
Because sometimes black people are told
behind schedule
that we're being all irrational. We're being irrational. We're doing this. We're doing that. Hold on, because I want to get heavy on y'all for a minute.
Oh, okay. Get heavy.
Hold on, I'm trying to show you something, and
I know
because I'm over here in Dubai. They got a lot of stuff blocked.
Oh, so you're gonna name drop that you in Dubai again?
Y'all bear with me for a second. I'm trying to show y'all something. Hold on. Okay, my internet connection is a little funny style here. Hold on. God damn it. Okay. God damn it. Okay. Okay, I'm not trying to see this. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm trying to show y'all something. And because I'm over here in Dubai.
This nigga name drop Dubai one more time.
Stuff on the page.
I'm going to take 30 seconds off your goddamn time, nigga. Say it again.
Hopefully this will
show. Say it again.
Show. Hold on.
Drop Dubai again.
The internet is acting up over here. Hold on. Okay. Come on, man.
You say it again. Say it again.
And by the way, you guys can go to the page, the
Indiegogo.
The Indiegogo page for the Hidden History Museum. We're trying to get to that 300K by this evening. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to show y'all something in there. Okay. Okay. I'll just show it on Google. Okay.
Yeah, your partner.
Some of this stuff I'm just gonna have to show you the Google thing. Hold
Yeah,
on.
just show your partner page.
Okay, now I can show y'all this.
There
Okay.
you go.
Let me show y'all some things here. And again, my stream is going in and out. Hold on.
No, it's not, but
Hold
whatever.
on 1 second.
Your stream is going in and out. Crystal fucking clear.
Hold on one
Boy,
second.
they try to be dropping them low. Well, YouTube is fucking with my page,
Hold
bitch.
on 1 second.
Stop it.
1 second.
I know what it looks
Bear
like when
with me.
YouTube fucks with your page. Nigga, 6 seconds.
Okay. Buy up Black LA, especially around
Oh,
this
you
guy.
about to, there you go.
Okay. So
Let's go. Let's go.
like I'm talking about this Blavatnik dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So now listen, this Blavatnik dude, I'm very careful with my words. This guy
Yeah, okay.
is trying to buy up
Oh, for real?
Black LA, especially around the Crenshaw area.
Especially around your area?
Coincidentally,
Oh, coincidentally, that's where you trying to buy property, huh?
that's what our brother Nipsey was doing.
Oh, that's what Nipsey was doing.
That's what he was doing with the Marathon store, which was very
Trying to use opportunities.
was right
zones
off Crenshaw.
To get
Now
money
this
off of Black.
Blavatnik guy,
Okay,
he
okay.
owns something else,
Oh,
guys.
he own what? Tell us.
This Blavatnik guy who's buying the Crenshaw Mall,
Oh, okay.
he owns something else, guys.
What is
Guess what he owns?
What
He
does he own?
owns Warner Music. He
Oh.
bought Warner Music.
Oh, okay. Who cares?
This Blavatnik guy,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen,
Who cares?
he bought Warner
Okay.
Music.
Who cares?
Why is that significant? Or why
Please
is that
tell me,
interesting?
Because I don't know why it is.
Why is that interesting?
I don't know. Tell me. Why
This
the fuck is
Blavatnik
that
guy
important?
who's trying to buy Crenshaw and help
Okay.
gentrify Black Los Angeles, this
okay.
guy
Uh-huh.
bought Warner Music. He owns Warner Music.
Put two and two together. and
Guess who
explain.
else is on Warner Music, by the way?
The baby? Are you gonna say the baby?
Speaking of Warner Music, Nipsey is on Warner
Oh.
Music.
Okay.
Nipsey's
So
catalog is owned by Warner Music
Who
Group. So
cares?
that I just thought that was a very interesting
Who cares?
coincidence.
Who cares?
Again, I'm not saying anything.
With
I'm just
all
trying
the
to
age of white people.
show some coincidences
Who
there.
cares?
That's a hell of a coincidence, ain't it? Now we
Who
know
cares,
Prince died. They got half of his catalog now. They just announced that they made
Are
the
you
family. They
trying-
didn't finesse the family, Prince's family.
Pause. Oh. All of that for that. All of that for that. All of that for that. Then, no offense to Nipsey Hussle, but I think he would agree. You are trying to compare Nipsey Hussle's catalog to the artist formerly known as Prince? Nigga. You stupid. Nigga. No. No. if the artist formerly known as Prince is on the happens to be on the same label as Nipsey Hussle, I can guarantee you that out of the $3.3 billion spent for Warner Music, a line item debating the value of of the artist formerly known as Prince is in the prospectus for the purchase before they actually made the purchase. A debate happened about the true valuation of that catalog, if it's actually owned by Warner Music Group. That's actually in there as a specific line item. Nipsey Hussle is probably just bundled in with a whole bunch of other people. Slap yourself, boy. Slap yourself.
Family into giving up half of that damn Prince catalog right after Prince died. Okay, Prince died, so now these music groups, they scramble to get these billion-dollar catalogs. Now Nipsey gets killed in very questionable ways. Got killed in a very questionable manner
Nigga, get to a point.
after owning some property off Crenshaw in Black LA.
Get to a point.
The person who owns the label
trying to make
is not
huge,
only buying up
weird
the land in the
connection.
area, they're making money off Nipsey's catalog. They're getting all this money. Nipsey's
What does that have
catalog
to do with
blows
you?
up, and now this same dude is making all this money off Nipsey's catalog.
What does that have to do
That's
with
a
you?
hell of a coincidence, guys.
What the hell does that have to do with you?
Hey, it might just be a coincidence, but that's
It's not
a
even
hell of a
nothing.
coincidence.
It's like the musings
All
of
right?
it's the musings of a person who also has right next to those musings associated with this Russian real estate investor buying up the Warner Music Group. Right next to that is like an evidence board with strings on it connecting Martha Stewart to an alien crash landing on Martha's Vineyard in 1986. All right, this is the musings of a crazy person. Who cares? What the fuck does that have to do with my life being improved? I understand the narrative you're trying to weave so that your life can be improved from that narrative. How does that narrative improve my life?
That's a heck of a dang coincidence.
So the protest to that
Yeah.
situation is you getting a $7 million commercial real estate smack dab in the middle of this gentrification that you can't
Again,
do shit about.
that area, they know that it's about to be prime real estate. Number one,
You
because
know
they're building that. And look, Nipsey was on my broadcast years ago. We talked about this. I want y'all to go back and listen to that interview that I did with Nipsey. We talked about all the money that's being invested into that railway going in the middle of Crenshaw and how there's about to be a big economic boom. Me and
So
Nipsey
now
talked
you want
about
to
this.
have a real estate investment off the backs of descendants of American slaves. You want us to finance a commercial structure that you will own come hell or high water and be able to convert into whatever the hell it is you want to convert it into. You want us to help you pay for that shit. As opposed to you taking your own fucking money and buying that property or going to a bank and getting a loan. You want us to give you money for that property. For that janky ass wall dioramas inside them. Get the fuck out of here.
Nipsey and I talked about this. There's a reason why I want to have our museum smack dab in the middle of Crenshaw.
Because you want to
look. They were trying to get us to
from the appreciation that
go to
that Russian
Beverly
billionaire
Hills.
is going to create by gentrifying.
Look, we
that
had real
area.
estate developers telling us we should go on Melrose, we should go downtown. No, Crenshaw. I want this thing right on Crenshaw. Because see, they got us thinking that this place is going to be worthless. Oh, it's just going to be so much danger. You want to put it somewhere where there's going to be a lot of no. I'm seeing in the future. I want it on Crenshaw. I know that's going to be a prime area.
And not black people.
The Olympics is coming to Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole. You want to benefit from all that gentrification.
That stadium in Inglewood, man, that's about to be a prime area.
Yeah, and no black people are going to be able to afford that prime area without reparations.
We're trying to get in on that, and we're going to get in on that.
Yeah, on the backs of our.
Oh yeah, and the dude who killed Nipsey, the so-called hater, this dude has still not been to trial. They've been delaying this dude's trial for the longest.
It's a murder trial, and it's on camera.
And let's go there. Let's go there. We're gonna go there. The dude who killed Nipsey, all of a sudden, he goes to jail. They still haven't put him on trial yet, and his lawyer happened to be Chris Darden.
Who cares?
See, that's what people were like. Who paid Chris Darden to represent this dude?
Who cares?
No. He wasn't doing it pro bono. Chris Darden is retired. So he's not doing it for real pro bono.
How do you know that?
And Chris Darden was a prosecutor. So Chris Darden is all clicked in with the police.
How do you know this?
Nothing is, some of these coincidences, man, some things aren't really coincidences, guys.
Get proof and bring that back.
Some things are not really coincidences.
Get proof and bring that back. Don't bring supposition back. Don't bring your suspicions back.
It looked like they're trying to.
Get proof
the
and
dude
bring
who
that
killed
back.
Nipsey, they've been protecting this dude. When they delay a trial this long,
Hire a private
they got this dude
investigator,
somewhere
millionaire,
posted
and
up
bring
eating
back that
lobster and
truth
steak
back.
somewhere, man, up in
Don't
jail.
speculate.
They've been protecting this dude.
Don't speculate.
Yeah.
Hire a private investigator. It would be
Yeah, Chris Darden did not come out of no damn retirement for free. Let's be clear.
Hire a private investigator. Hire a private
This
investigator to figure that out.
did a high-profile murder, then all of a sudden a high-profile lawyer is representing the dude.
Don't make suppositions. Hire a high.
The dude's family didn't pay for that.
Private investigator and go find it.
But we know Chris Darden has always been a do-boy for the police and the white powers that be.
Again, so yeah, okay. So you just want to bring it up recklessly, okay?
But listen, family,
Yeah, get back to your Hidden History Museum.
we have to understand what we're against, and we have to stand strong
We
against
are
that. Don't
against.
let
I
that
ain't
scare
against
you.
shit, nigga.
We're not going to let that scare
I ain't
us.
against no Russian mafia. I don't know no Russian mafia.
We're going to have to we got to stand strong against that, stand tall against that.
What?
You understand?
So we're standing
Did
tall
you see
against,
something I posted on
Wait,
on
pause,
Twitter
nigga. Don't
earlier
talk over me.
about?
Don't talk over me, nigga. So we're supposed to stand tall against Russian oligarchs' gentrification of Black Crenshaw by doing what? Helping you get a commercial structure in that area so that it can appreciate wildly thanks to that gentrification. So if the Hidden History Museum on its first day of its premiere has a person who basically took a third or a fourth of their check to buy an entrance ticket in order to speak to you, and they pull you aside and say, hey, they're trying, because you put the structure here, my landlord is trying to raise my rent. Are you going to help her with that? Or him with that? Or are you going to say, well, that's the point, nigga. All this property is going to appreciate over time. You better get it where you can. Get the fuck out my face. Is that what you're going to say? What are you going to say to that person who shows up to the Hidden History Museum and the natural consequence of you plopping down that $7 million brand new commercial structure in the area yields the fact that all of their rent goes up because now the area is becoming, you're helping, aiding in that gentrification. You know what gentrification actually is? It's not necessarily just taking out. It's usually that in America because wealth is held in the hands of white people, but it's just in general pricing out the native or the normal or the historical population in a neighborhood, right? It doesn't just happen. Gentrification doesn't just happen with white people. It also happens when black people buy high prices in black neighborhoods, right? They're the ones who, the black people who want a brownstone in Harlem and don't care the fact that their neighbors in that brownstone are all white lawyers. And they just want to be there too, so they pay the high prices too. They're a part of gentrification as well. Them buying properties back doesn't mean that they're not a part of gentrification. So what the fuck are you talking about, boy?
What Facebook tried to do, and we got it straight. We finally got it straight. But Facebook, we were running some ads for the Hidden History Museum.
Oh, they stopped.
We're running some ads.
Good.
And then Facebook kind of gave me a temporary flag.
Yeah.
They put this up.
Good.
Talking about, and this is just the ad for the museum.
Let me see.
It's the same video.
This ad can't run because it appears to be for a housing opportunity and isn't identified as being a special ad category. Choosing the correct category is an important part of complying with our non-discrimination advertising policy. What do you do next? To resolve this, please choose the correct special ad category for this campaign. So what ad, this ad can't be run because it appears to be for a housing opportunity and isn't identified as being in a special ad category. Choosing the correct category. So what category did you initially choose? Did you actually choose? So you're not telling us the whole information there, Tariq?
Commercial that you've all seen. You can see it on my YouTube channel. But it says ad can't run because it has to be in a special ad category. This ad appears to be for a housing opportunity.
Who cares?
And isn't identified as being in a special ad category, which is not. It's not a housing opportunity. This is not about no damn housing. This is about a black museum.
It's a wall diorama.
Choosing the correct category is important. It's not a special category. It's just a regular ad for a museum.
It's a nonprofit.
I didn't put it in a special category because it's not a special category. It has nothing to do with housing.
Oh, so you really need to spend the money to make
So they said it's important that it complies with our non-discrimination advertising policy.
It just seems like you just
So
need
they're
to
up here
select
telling me
another
about
category.
discrimination. So these people, man, what they did, they tried to say, and we appeal.
See, what they're saying is, in any sort of housing advertisement, there can't be any sort of notification or any sort of indication that the housing is for white people or only for black people, right? That's what they're saying. So did somebody actually review the what you call it and come up with this, or did you mistakenly or overtly mislabel the ad in order for you to be able to come back and say, well, Facebook is against me? Nigga, it just seems like you just change the category, press save, and they start running the fucking ad again. That's what it seems like. That. Why are you bringing this up? Why? 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 Why?
Killed it because I started going in on them. I hit them up and we got all that straight. But they were trying to say that us promoting a black museum is discrimination. I said, oh, no, 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 no. Man, they got all types of white.
Where is that? Where is that conversation? Don't say that. Where is that conversation? Show me that conversation. Don't say that. Show that. Don't say that. Show that.
Not white, but Jewish and Asian museums that they promote all the time. They don't say that's discrimination, and they don't make them put that in no special category. No. The minute we start, there's a Jewish museum on every corner in LA. There's Asian museums. I went up to the Bay Area. There's an Asian museum.
Hey Facebook. This is why you probably should stop the ad, because it's promoting a liquor store. There's a quick cut of a liquor store in the advertisement for a Black History Museum. That's probably, or corner liquor store. That's probably the main reason why you should stop the ad from going up, right? That's one of the main reasons.
Museum on every corner. They advertise their museums online all day. Asian history, Jewish history, Middle Eastern history. We talk about a black museum and we get flagged. Well, that's discrimination.
That's not what they said. They said that you put it in the wrong category. So what category did you put it in, and have you changed it to the new category, and is it now showing? That is the question. Don't try to... Well, this shit is obvious. Listen, I make beats for a living. Not even for a living. No, excuse me. I make beats for fun. Well, no, technically it's for a living because... you know what I'm saying? It's a part of life for me. That's one of the main things I do. I make beats, right? I do some other shit in order to make money, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my 9-to-5 job, right? So I don't actually make money off of music. I'm tongue twisting myself because I guess it came out of my soul that says I make beats, but I guess so. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do political commentary. I just have a functioning brain. The fuck are you talking about, nigga? How are you putting two things together that don't really sound... Back up. All they said was it was in the wrong category. What you should be showing is what category you selected. What you should be showing is all the categories available, what category you selected, and what category are they saying that you should change it to? Or what category should you change it to that more reflects your advertisement? And once you changed it to that new category, did the ads start running again? The fuck? This is basic, but you're trying to construe it into, oh, look at these racist face, nigga. Do you have a blue check on Facebook? Because if you do, boy, because if you got a blue check on Facebook too, the same blue check you got on Twitter, you know damn well Facebook ain't doing nothing to you. You better stop that bullshit trying to act like you a rebel and the large multinational monopolies are against. Bitch, you better stop that shit.
Asian history, Jewish history, Middle Eastern history. We talk about a black museum and we get flagged.
Nigga.
Well, that's discrimination.
Nigga, what?
Man, give me a damn break.
Nigga, what? They just said you had to change.
Yeah, all races have museums. And the sad thing is, not only do we have to battle these damn white supremacists,
what do you mean battle?
We got to battle these.
You have to click. you have to make a couple of clicks and hit save. Is that battling to you? In order to advertise for you to get $1 million for free, is that what you think is battling white supremacy? Bitch. I'm at the verge, boy. You don't know the real struggles that go on with descendants of American slaves in any way, shape, fashion, or form. You don't know our day-to-day lives. You 1%er. I'm gonna put you in the same category as Kwame Brown, even though you may not have as much money as him. You 1%er. You better shut your goddamn mouth. You ain't battling white supremacy. by going to Facebook and putting out an ad on that platform so that you can get $1 million for free in order for you to get a commercial structure to benefit from the gentrification that you tried to low-key dry snitch on in order to get more clout and legitimacy for that commercial structure you're trying to build. Get the fuck out of here, boy.
Online white supremacists who run the social media networks, we still got to battle the tethers who come in and try to talk down on our projects. See, that's the sick thing. That's the insidious thing.
Yeah, let's go.
We still got to battle these self-hating Negroes who are comfortable with being on a plantation.
Oh, really?
Who don't want to see black people rise. They think, okay, if a black person or if black people put something together, well, then that means they got to be responsible too. So they got to sit up and talk down on it too. We're the only group who has Negroes like that.
No, nigga.
You would never.
No, nigga. No, nigga. In your own advertisement for your own hidden history museum, spliced in with Nipsey Hussle is a corner liquor store. Listen, I don't claim to bump Nipsey Hussle music. That's not my type of music in any way, shape, fashion, or form. I got a little inspiration for some of the production. I think the fucking whoever does the production on some of his beats, Jesus Christ. I think Jesus Christ himself is fucking cutting these goddamn beats and Fruity Loops. Because some of the fucking things that I've heard so far as the beats are concerned, those are on point. Those are on point. Just I've rocked some instrumentals alone, but so far as getting down, me personally, getting down with a gang member, it's not my thing. Not my thing. Not my thing. But I would think that considering that he was talking to Dr. Savy and wanted to put out a documentary on Dr. Savy, I would hope that his memorials, I think that he would find it very disrespectful that you spliced in a liquor store into three of his memorials, images of his memorials, memorializing his death. I would think that he would think that that would be quite disrespectful. But what the fuck are you talking about, boy?
I sit up and talk down on it too. We're the only group who has Negroes like that.
No.
You will never see Asian people talking down on an Asian museum. We're the only.
No, I big up the African American History Museum that is funded in perpetuity without black people having to donate money to it. That's funded by the federal government. I big up that African American History Museum in Washington, D.C. I big up that. I don't need you to have a $7 million commercial structure and soon to be gentrified Crenshaw in order for me to feel empowered as a black person.
People who got these tethers, these self-hating Sambos, who sit up here and try to undermine any black progress because, number one, they don't.
Wait, pause, nigga. You saw my video, didn't you? Let's go ahead and pause. Let's go ahead and show that little video real quick. Let's just show that video real quick that he's talking about. He probably don't like this, but I'm going to show it anyway. Yeah, I got rid of all of my creative stuff on my channel. It's all just political shit, so if it gets deleted, it gets deleted.
As long, my sister, I know you've been reading the Bible, but as long as we say lay it up, the wicked gonna keep it. But God says it's time for us to tell him, money, you don't belong to the wicked, you belong to us, and I want you to get in the right place. Money coming to me now. Somebody help me dance up here. Glory.
They don't like this. Showing him out to be the full pimp that he is. They don't like this. Maybe I should promote this on Facebook, Tariq. Maybe I should pay Facebook in order for this ad right here, this video right here to be shown.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm looking for unexpected income.
Yeah, you are, Tariq. You're looking for unexpected income. Yeah, you don't like this video. Let's get back to it.
Don't want to see another black ethnic group because they've been told that they're somehow different than us. They don't want to see us get stuff done that they couldn't get done, especially those from the motherland, unfortunately, because they've been told that they're the real black people, they're the real African people.
Listen, there will never be a Nigerian history museum next to the Smithsonian in D.C. funded federally on a federal level in perpetuity. There will never be a Kenyan American history museum in Washington, D.C. funded in perpetuity. There will never be a Caribbean American history museum funded in Washington, D.C., funded in perpetuity. We have what we need to have, and that institution needs to be functioning properly. That's what needs to happen. We don't need something in your hands in order for us to be validated in any way, shape, fashion, or form, dummy.
And when we get stuff done, they feel like, okay, that makes us look bad because we didn't came from the motherland and we had all that land over there and they had to get stuff popping over here. So that messes with the insecurities that they already have. And then number two, a lot of these Negroes, it's all about attention. A lot of these dudes, and to be honest, it's only a small handful of them. We're making great progress as we see. But a lot of these cats, they just want to be contrary for attention. They understand that if I say something stupid, if I just go against the grain, if I go off code, then everybody's going to be mad at me.
I've said one specific thing in all of my videos. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about so far as that is concerned. Descendants of American slaves need reparations. One of the biggest attacks of white supremacy is on the black family. Split up a black home, you can infest that family more accurately and easily with any sort of maladies associated with white supremacy and institutional racism. One of the cures for that, one of the major concrete shattering cures for white supremacy and institutional racism is reparations to the descendants of American slaves. With that, you can start curing the maladies associated with black people, specifically descendants of American slaves in this country. What the fuck are you talking about? You talking about a hidden history museum that's only gonna give you money. Fuck out of here.
And then I'm going to get attention because that means people are looking at me.
No, ain't no attention.
That's literally what it boils down to.
Okay.
When somebody says something dumb in the chat room or the comment section when we're trying to get some resources going and they say something stupid, that's really some look at me, look at me. They put them getting attention as a priority over the group.
Okay.
We shouldn't focus on them, exactly. That's why I've been blocking anybody who comes into the chat rooms talking crazy. You get immediately blocked.
See, that's the problem. When you don't have contrarian opinions, all you have is a church full of followers. All you have is a church full of followers in that situation. When you don't have a contrarian opinion, all you have is a church full of followers. So that's what he wants. He wants a church full of followers at this point now, because he realizes that there's a possibility of this dying, and he realizes he needs to refocus his efforts in order for him to be able to Hold on one second. I gotta do something. All right, we back. But yeah, so what he wants now is he wants to concentrate his flock. And the easy way to do that is to block contrarian opinions here, right? A large amount of people, see, they think that just because I hate, or not hate, hate is a strong word, not deserving of an individual like this, but because I see Tariq Nasheed for what they are, that means I hate the agenda of descendants of American slaves. I don't. I'm a descendant of American slaves on both sides of my family. So my grandmama benefits from a check. My grandmama is gonna benefit from a check. And like I said in the previous broadcast, like I said in the previous broadcast, I want to see my grandmama in a Monte Carlo with some rims on that bitch, in an Astro van with some rims on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Blowing her check on everything she possibly can. I want her to have a nice little wig that she could rock. I want her happy as hell, spending and throwing away that goddamn money. I want to see that. I want to see that with my own eyes. That's what I want to see, right? That's what the fuck I want to see. So I benefit from it, obviously, by being able to see that my family, my nieces and nephews, my cousins, everybody in my family being okay as well, because my whole entire family is descendants of American slaves as well, right? So just because I'm against yo janky shit doesn't mean that I'm not for the betterment and empowerment of descendants of American slaves.
Anytime they pop in there with some bad faith arguments, well, what about we need to have a plebiscite? No, block. I would like to see a business proposal. Block. We're not doing bad faith arguments. These are people.
No, so a business proposal. Oh, how about I want to see bylaws associated with these people? How about I want to see bylaws associated with these people? Am I going to get blocked as well? Am I going to get blocked as well, Tariq? If I want to see bylaws that allow that show whether or not these people can have some level of control over this hidden history museum, will I also get blocked? Am I also going to get blocked if I ask the question of what happens if 10 Proud Boys decide to get together and give you $100,000 for this hidden history museum just so they could be on the advisory board here? You know that same Russian oligarch that bought Warner Music Group for $3.3 million? What if he buys 5 positions or 5 seats on this damn board and guarantees that you can't spout certain topics, like talk about him further on your broadcast? Or on your show, I should say. Right? Should I see bylaws that allow you to be able to kick that person off? Am I going to get blocked if I ask basic questions?
Who are trying to get attention for themselves. They're trying to distract us because they want attention.
There you go.
White supremacy has done a number on the brains of a lot of Negroes out here.
Yeah.
And it has deprived them of.
The thing is, though, I'm not doing what I'm doing in the middle of my vacation in Dubai. You know, I had to stop my job in order for me to do what I'm doing, but I'm damn sure gonna do it. I don't have time today, but I'm giving you my time. So yeah.
Of an identity. And a lot of these Negroes hate the fact that they are not acknowledged, especially by white society. So they come around us attention whoring all the time.
Attention whoring.
Whenever we try to notice, whenever we try to talk about something constructive, it's always somebody jumping in there saying something stupid just to get attention.
He's seen the video.
And we have a culture of that has to go.
Mad that he didn't hit
The stupid
300,000.
for attention culture.
Oh, he mad.
Yeah?
Mad.
It's all about attention and negative attention.
Yeah. Why did you give this liquor store attention? Oh, we're gonna keep on going there.
Attention is just as good as positive attention because at least they're thinking somebody's acknowledging me for the first time. My mama didn't acknowledge me. My daddy wasn't there. The women don't like me. Nobody looks at me. Please, somebody acknowledge that I'm a human being. This is why it's important for our.
That same validation-seeking behavior is the exact same avenue that you use in order to get your collective of people, your collection of people around you as well. So keep in mind that same validation-seeking behavior that he's talking about is endemic to black people or endemic to descendants of American slaves on purpose. He uses that avenue in order to collectivize those individuals into an in crowd.
History to be taught so that people will have a certain level of esteem where they're not just desperate for any form of attention.
So that's
you understand?
your angle now. Okay.
Yeah, that plebiscite culture. All of that is just all
That's
it's
your
attention.
angle.
Look at me, look
You're
at me.
offering
I'm being
a psychological
contrary.
solution for
And hopefully me
so
be-
a museum way the hell in California is going to help a black person in Michigan. How? I'll pause. A hidden history museum way the fucking California is going to help out a black person in Tennessee. How? I'll pause. See, they say all this shit and they try to make you shame for the psychological maladies that you suffer, that they know you suffer as a result of being in an institutionally racist country, right? And because it somewhat steps on your toes, they feel as though that'll make you stop walking forward. But then when you look forward and look back up at them, instead of concentrating on your pain from whatever insults that they've made, you realize that they still have not advanced their position. So the Hidden History Museum, way the fucking California, is going to help out the wider black population. How? Tokenism? Because we're going to have a token somewhere in America that we can say we delivered, we provided money to, and therefore we feel better about ourselves, even though I'm never going to be able to afford to fly all the way out to California because of my wealth position. I was able to donate $50 that should have went to my light bill to the Hidden History Museum, and I feel better about that. Get the fuck out of here.
being contrary will get y'all to argue with me and get me the attention I desperately need. That little sick, childish nonsense is going to have to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Address somebody who's on a lower platform who's affected.
But
you very
anyway,
greatly.
ladies and gentlemen, hit that link below, the Hidden
No.
History Museum. Hit the link below, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
with 12
hit the link
hours
below.
of time,
Get involved
and
with the
12 hours
creation of the
time,
Hidden History Museum.
they've
We got
already
20
said
days
no.
to go. We're doing very, very
They've
good
already
so
said
far.
no.
Let me look at
That
the
shit
board
is
real
trickling
quickly.
in.
Family, let's try to get to 300K by this evening. Or
No.
by, I don't know what, out here it's, I'm in Dubai, it's 8:35 in the morning.
This nigga is in Dubai.
So-
I can't. This nigga is in Dubai on vacation with his family, asking niggas who are in America working a 9 to 5, me included, working a 9 to 5 to stop what they doing to give him money for a commercial structure back in California. He don't care about whether or not you stopping what you're doing, going to Indiegogo, putting in your credit card information, hitting send, because when he's done with this video, he's gonna go ahead and take his ass home with his family in Dubai and chill and have fun and spend multiple times the same amount of money that you are. Okay. Look, you know what? We gonna do it. We gonna fucking do it. We gonna do it. God damn it. We gonna do it. Let's say round trip from LAX. There we go. LAX. Well, let's say he probably, we'll just use LAX. We'll just use any from LAX. We're going to Dubai. We'll say any airport in Dubai. We'll say that they booked this 2 months in advance, right? Because rich people got to schedule shit like that, right? So we'll say that they booked it 2 months in advance. So the 13th, so let's say around about there, right? And let's say they're staying there for at least a week. If you're gonna go to Dubai, you gotta stay there for at least a week, if not more, but let's just say a week, right? Let's do a search. See how much this costs. All right. Yeah, this is the type of shit he don't want y'all to do. This is the type of shit he don't want y'all to do. He don't want y'all to actually like use your brain and start calculating some shit. He just wants you to go off of what he has to say. So let's see how much it costs. I wonder if Steve is emailing emailing Expedia and being like, "Oh my God, he's trying to." Okay, so what we're looking at around about $600 if they're flying economy. Let's say that these individuals are probably not flying economy, but we'll get to that point in a second. Okay. They most likely are flying business class because everybody could tell that Tariq Nasheed is the type of motherfucker to not really want to be around you niggas like that. Tariq Nasheed is the type of nigga that'll talk about you, but then when you come up and be like, "Hey Tariq, how you doing?" He'd be like, "Oh nigga, get your dirty broke ass away from me." And I'm only doing this in off season as well because right now he's flying in July, right? So that's a little bit different than flying in October, even if you're booking in advance. So I'm trying to find out whether or not I can select business class right now. I cannot. So let's say, all right, so let's say the cheapest flight, no, that's Ontario. Why is this Ontario? LAX. All right. It has an option for you to fly from Ontario? Okay. Anyways, so let's select this flight. Economy. No, he's not flying economy. He's not doing economy convenience. He's not doing economy comfort. I'm thinking that Tariq Nasheed is flying business class. You know, not business elite, but at least business class for himself, right? That's what I'm going to assume about this estimation. So we're gonna select business comfort, right? So that's a $4,000 ticket. Let's see here. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm at work, guys, so I gotta work a little bit. Hold on one second. All right, boom. So that's a $3,000 ticket. So it's him, I think his wife, um, and his children. Let's say I think he has 2 kids. I'm not 100% sure, but he probably wouldn't want to wake his kids up at 5:30 a.m. in order to hop a plane. But if the option is 11 p.m., I guess they have to hop on that plane at 5:30. They could save some money in that regard. Is that the shortest flight? Yeah, he probably would choose this one because it's the shortest flight back. So let's select that. Yeah, let's do some hotels as well for that time period, right? Because this is actually going to be multiplied by 4 people. So actually, let me do no thanks here. Let me do no thanks. We'll do it all separately. Since he wants to brag about Dubai, right? Oh, Ontario must be a. We're having problems. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, let's do a price summary. Let's do a price summary because it's going to be ×4. Come on. This is so funny. Maybe somebody at YouTube is emailed over to. Maybe Steve is working the controls over at Expedia.com now, because for some reason now I can't get the prices. That's funny. But we'll just do it on a basic calculator since I'm not dumb as fuck. So calculator. There we go. I think I have a preset for my calculator. Let's drag it over here. Let's do visible. Nope, it's not showing. So let's do that because we're gonna have people who are gonna be like, well, that's not the actual calculation there. You was off by a couple points. So okay, let's make that a lot smaller. Right? So we have $3,837 times. Okay, so it'll be him. It'll be his wife, and I think he has 2 kids. The 2 kids, if they're over a certain age, they're gonna have to have a full price ticket. I think it's over 2 years old. You have to buy a full seat ticket. So it's gonna be times at least 4, right? So we have $15,348. Now let's go to Expedia, since Expedia is acting crazy, since Steve is over there working the controls. Let's go ahead and my YouTube Steve handler is over there working the controls. Let's go over here and actually look at a package, or look at, let's look at a stays, because I would assume that they would want to be at a hotel. And he's very smart because he's not allowing people to show what hotel he's at. I don't know if he's actually in Dubai. It would be more secure if you were to tell people that you're in one place and actually be in another, but whatever. So let's go with, can I actually do everything here? Oh, I can. So not just 2 travelers, two adults, oh, back up, 2 adults, 2 kids. We'll say that they're above the age of 9, both of them. All right, but we would say that nobody is younger than 10, right? So, okay, and we're going from LAX, we're going to Dubai. We're gonna go again we're gonna say that they booked these a month out. See, this is the type of intelligence that he thinks is zip cooning, right? I should back up. Let me, no, I'm not gonna back up. Because I don't necessarily know if you would want to drive in Dubai. You may want to actually just use a taxi. So we're not gonna add in a car, and that's nominal. That's like an extra 200 or 300 bucks for the week, right? Because it's Dubai, unless you did a luxury vehicle. Come on, Expedia, hurry up, or I'll advertise another. So where would you want to stay? Where would you want to stay with your entire family? That's a nice place to stay, Atlantis. This is per person. Okay, so this is the whole package deal, but this is on the economy side. So let's see, they would probably base it off of where they would want to stay. I would think that they would want to stay at someplace that's like poppin', it's like, this nice location downtown. He probably would try to do this, do it off of star ratings. Yeah, this is the type of shit they don't want you to do. They don't want you to use your mind like this. They want you to be dumb as fuck and just give them money. So let's just say if they did the adjustment based off of star rating, why is this not sorted by star rating if it's saying it's great for families? So let's say they did this one, right? So that's $1,600 per person, but that's not including business class as the seats, all right? But that's fine. It'll give us a low range and a high range, all right? So 6 nights, 4 round trip tickets, about $7,000. That's on the cheap room. 1 king, that ain't gonna work. They wouldn't necessarily they would probably do the family suite. Yeah, they probably do the family suite. That's another $1,400 per night. I don't know if he's popping like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to count his pockets, but I don't think he's popping like that. So let's say he did this, right? The lowest family suite that you could possibly get. So now you're up to $15,000. But again, we haven't selected the business class for the seats. So let's say LAX to Dubai, they did that one, right? Oh, this is a package. So the package, you couldn't actually upgrade the seats right here, right? Nope, they're not allowing me to adjust the seats. I'm assuming that he had to adjust the seats at some point. Let's see. Oh, let's see. See where you can adjust the seats. Because they're not flying economy, I can tell you that much. Everything in me tells me I don't feel like they flying economy. They flying to Dubai economy. So on the low side, we talking about 15,000, and on the low side, we talking about 15,000, and I think we were talking about what, like calculator. We were talking about like 700 a seat on the economy side. So that's bone economy. This package right here is bone economy. If they did that, so that's times 4. So that's only $2,800 off. So what that means is, that means that if you were to take the original flight cost and minus the $2,800, right? So minus $2,800. That means in order for them to upgrade this ticket or this package deal, they would need to possibly pay an additional $12,548 in order to upgrade their seats to the lowest rung of business comfort. So that means that $15,309. That's $27,857. So what does that mean? That means that at $50, what's the lowest contribution amount on this page? $50. So at $50, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So at $50, while he's on vacation, that means about 557 of you need to pay about $50 while he's already paid that same amount of money on his vacation. So as opposed to him staying his ass home with his family and donating of his own money, the $27,000 possible that he paid on his vacation, 550 of you, or 57 of you, are giving up 50 of your dollars while you at home working, while he's at Dubai, while he's still in Dubai. Y'all are giving up y'all money for this. On the low side, let's go to the low side. So on the package deal that I was able to come up here, it's a very nice little place. You know what I'm saying? Ritz-Carlton, Dubai, with a nice little family suite for the fam. It's still $15,309.81. All right, that's on the cheap economy seats. That's the, hey, isn't that Tariq Nasheed over there in economy, cramped up with his family, right? Which I guarantee, everything in me tells me that's not happening. All right, this nigga is behind the curtain just for the clout alone. He's behind somebody's curtain. He's getting somebody's first class treatment somewhere. Okay? But let's say he did slum it out with his family and was cheap and didn't upgrade to business class, right? What that means is at $50, that means 306 of you are giving up your money that you're working for while you're at a job busting your ass. And the same money that he could have spent on donating to his own project, he took and went his ass to Dubai. Keep this shit in perspective. It's not just some passing shit that he's talking about, well, I'm in Dubai, blah, 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 blah. No, it has more significance than just that. It's what are you doing with the money, nigga? It's what are you doing with the money? It's way more significant than just that. What are you doing with your money while you asking for money from me? Because I'm broke. let's you know what? Let's do this. Let's wait. This is the speech that Tariq Nasheed needs to hear from Black America, from descendants of American slaves, right? This is what you need to hear, right? This is what you need to hear, right? Wait. This is the speech, this is the monologue that somebody needs to tell Tariq Nasheed. Hold on. Somebody needs to tell this dude this, because I don't think he understands. I think he thinks that niggas is out here playing when it comes down to this. I think he thinks that it's a joke. I think that it's a game. I think he thinks it's a game. So you know what?
I'm tired of this, man. I'm sick of worrying about wick cars. I'm sick of worrying about the government. I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga.
That's what somebody needs to tell Tariq Nasheed. While he's out here asking for fucking money for this fucking commercial real estate property, while he's simultaneously bragging about taking his family to Dubai. Nigga, don't ask me for no fucking money. Don't you dare ask me for no fucking money. The fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you?
So by the morning time, I say it out there. What time is it out there back home, guys? So by the morning, guys, let's try to get to 300K on this. We can do it, and we're going to get it done.
No, nigga.
We're going to get it done, family.
No, nigga.
When you see,
you would have at least been $15,000 to $27,000 closer to your goal had you went ahead and put that money into the pot yourself instead of taking your ass to Dubai. You could have at least been $15,000 to $27,000 closer to that goal. But I guess you would have said, fuck that. These niggas better hurry up and give me this damn money. Fuck that shit. I'm taking my family. Fuck that.
people working this hard against us doing this, that means we're on the right path. When you see people working this hard against us, we are on the right path. And see, what we got to do, we got to get codified.
I'm tired of this, man.
Get the community around projects.
I'm sick
when I
of
was
worrying about the
on my way
government.
over here, I was looking. It was a 15-hour flight, very long flight. So we were watching films. I was watching a documentary about Dr. Martin Luther King and the FBI. And our good brother, man, that documentary really broke my heart, because I've always known about a lot of the sneaky things that they did to Dr. King, but some of the so-called white liberals, how they were in on it with undermining our brother Dr. King. See, our brother Malcolm X warned us about how the white liberals is just as bad. But I want y'all to understand, watching this documentary, they told a lot of truths in it. How the Kennedys, you know, they act like they were such liberal friends of black society. What? And I want you. It was Bobby Kennedy that gave J. Edgar Hoover the green light to bug Martin Luther King, to tap his phone. That was Bobby Kennedy who gave J. Edgar Hoover the green light. And let's be clear, right now, white people, they don't like to give props to J. Edgar Hoover. They act like he didn't really exist, who was white LGBT. But back in the 60s, white people loved J. Edgar Hoover. And they love him now, they just don't say it. They were perfectly fine with J. Edgar Hoover targeting black people.
Wait.
The way he was perfectly them
to a
seemed like it
was
point. That was attacked.
Nigga, get to our motherfucking point.
2027, they're about to release some FBI footage, some audio footage of him allegedly being with women. These audio files from the incidents going on when they cared for that. This is so that we can keep telling the truth.
Point.
But anyway, man, look at him. We're getting very close. Let's keep the momentum going. So everybody get involved with the museum. Get out of here, man.
Back up. Oh, go ahead. Say what?
But anyway, man, let me get up out of
I'm
here,
tired
man.
of this, man.
Again, go to
I'm sick of worrying
hiddenhistorymuseum.com.
about whip cars.
Everybody get
I'm
involved
sick
with the
of worrying
museum.
about the government.
We're getting very close. Let's keep the
I can't
momentum
eat.
going so we can get this
I'm
museum
broke,
popping
nigga.
like we need
I'm
to get
broke.
it popping.
And you got the
You
power
guys
to
have
change
a
that,
very
Kev.
good week. Y'all have a very productive week. And y'all follow me on my Instagram because I'll be going live on Instagram throughout the week.
Oh, get your ass up out of here, my dude. And you know what video is coming up next? I'm going to splice up this with that. You know what the hell, well. Hold on, because watch this. Just on a mock-up level. You ready?
Greetings, family. This is Tariq Nasheed. I am your community servant. Right now, I am in South Los Angeles on the world-famous Crenshaw Boulevard. And with your help, we want to build the first ever hidden history museum right here in the Leimert Park area of Los Angeles, which is the
I'm tired of
cultural
this,
epicenter
man.
of Black Los Angeles.
I'm sick of worrying about
right here on
whip
Crenshaw
cars.
Boulevard.
I'm
right
sick
here.
of worrying about the government. I can't eat. I'm broke. Nigga, I'm broke. And
No, nigga, we ain't giving you no money for this shit. And this shit is stalling out like it's supposed to. Because ain't nobody got money for this shit. Ain't nobody got money for this shit. What you should be advocating for is our people, descendants of American slaves, if that is your people, getting reparations for slavery. That is number one. But what you trying to do is get blood out of a turnip and benefit from the possible gentrification that's going to happen. How on one hand can you say, well, yeah, I was talking to Nipsey Hussle, and Nipsey Hussle and I already agreed that this neighborhood is going to blow up so far as values are concerned, and at the same time say that, oh, well, you know, yeah, but us black people don't have that much money and blah, 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 blah. And at the same time, well, yeah, you know, it's going to be gentrified, you know what I'm saying? How the fuck you think your property values are going to go up if it ain't going to be gentrified? If we don't have no money, that means that the people with money are going to come closer to your building. And the people with money are not us. So I want to send you off because you've taken up a large amount of my time, sir. And I didn't have time today. I'm gonna send you off with my solution. I'm gonna chop this up because this is so perfect for your stick ass. So Tariq Nasheed wants money from his Hidden History Museum. This is my response.
I'm tired of this, man. I'm sick of worrying about whip cars. I'm sick of worrying about the government. I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
Get your ass away from us asking for fucking money. Get your ass away from us asking for money, nigga. You got your own money. You spent at least 15 to 27,000 of it taking your fucking family at least a four, to fucking Dubai and staying there for at least 6 days, if not more. If you upgraded your flight, you probably paid more. If you know what I'm saying. If you were willing to slum it out in the economy, maybe you probably paid less. Who knows? But you spent a shit ton of money that regular people don't have, regular descendants of American slaves don't have, in order for you to take your family on fucking vacation. So how important is this museum to you, really? You want our money that we use in order to actually pay our bills and eat and sleep with, right? And pay for roofs over our heads. For you to pay for a fucking vanity project. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. One more again, nigga, because you didn't hear the first time.
I'm tired of this, man. I'm sick of worrying about whip cars. I'm sick of worrying about the government. I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And
Exactly. We broke, nigga. Don't ask us for no goddamn money.